We are live. What up, y'all? We are live. Let me ping the Discord and we're good to go. We got a guest coming on tonight in about 15 minutes. Get ready. We are live. Boom, baby. All right, let me get everything set up. I am not prepared. I am not even the tiniest bit prepared. I literally just scheduled this live stream a minute before it went live, too. So, can you guys hear the music? Let me know if the music's too loud. I, for some reason, can't hear this music right now. Oh, it's because my headset's all the way turned down. Bulk, what up? Cooler, how's it going? Razor, welcome. William, welcome. Bulk, can't hear the music. All right, cool. Cool. We got a guest on tonight. Gonna be talking some cool stuff with a guest. You guys, if you've been around the channel, will definitely know who I'm talking to. Friend of the channel. I'm excited. Before that, we need to verify a few things. So, what are the updates we have? We have a lot of updates. Hort, welcome. Flop, welcome. Everything sounds good. Always wanted my own LGS, but never knew about bulk. Bulk is a good thing, William. Bulk is a good thing. Is this the William? The William we just met today, or is this a different William? Started the business this week. Got my high value cards listed and get 8 orders since yesterday. Hell yeah, that's awesome. eBay or TCG player, where are you starting at? Is it Carlisle? It's not Carlisle. It's not Carlisle. Bulk is a fantastic thing. eBay? Nice. That's awesome. Congrats. Hell yeah. We love to hear it. Just ask you a question on your last video, but now that you're live, I'll ask it here. Yeah, please do. Cooler, what's your question? The Super Card Bros LLC. That is an awesome name. Didn't know anything about TCG until I bought a storage unit at auction and found about 30,000 in vintage TCG. Holy shit. MTG specifically. That's awesome. That is awesome. When was that? Bulk brings tears to my eyes. You don't like bulk? Oh, it's the best. I can never get too much bulk. It's impossible. How do you decide which car you put in your eBay Magic Store and Mana Pool? It goes on both. I use Sort Swift, which syncs both. The inventory is synced on both, so I have everything on my eBay and on Mana Pool. Yeah, good question. Do you know if you can have the same card and quantity listings as well as a variation listing if you use the sync option with Sort Swift? I don't know, Hordes. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. That's a good question. I would imagine yes. I don't know how their variation listings work, though, to be honest with you. That's why I'm crying. Oh, yes. It's so beautiful. Don't tell me the guest is Fannie Mae trying to take all your monies. Yep, it is. It is. Paid $9 for the unit, still selling from it? That's insane. It's been 3 or 4 years ago. That's awesome. Was there any good cards in it? Or is it just bulk? Or, like, any good cards? What do you think of the mini... What is that sound I'm hearing? Like hearing, might just be my beard rubbing up against the headset. What do you think of the mini sword that Sort Swift announced recently? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The fact that it is $9,000, it's competing with Cardbot's prices, but with Fizzbatch's functionality. Very, very interesting. Very fascinated to learn more. I got the chance to see a super sorter, the main one, the big one. But yeah, we may or may not be in talks about acquiring a mini. We'll see. We'll see. You switch platforms? Yep. What up, Rick? How's it going? May, happy Wednesday. That sound? Kevin. It's definitely Kevin. It is not, believe it or not. He is downstairs. He is downstairs currently. A 2.5-inch stack of dual lands? I knew nothing at all about NTG. Luckily, a buddy explained that to me. Holy shit, that is insane. So you didn't find bulk. You found like the mother load. Jesus Christ. Question part 2, without Sort Swift, how would you decide if you had to? I wouldn't. I only sold on eBay. I think, especially if you're early on, Cooler, you need to focus on one. It just hurts your store if you try to put some cards here and some cards there, at least at first, until you start to learn what sells on what platform. But I think it doesn't make sense to try to sell some here and some there. I'm a very big proponent, especially at the first 6 months, to just list in one spot, unless you have a software that allows you to list the same inventory in 2 places. To me, I didn't want to deal with that, and I never did. I tried to deal with that, tried to say, all right, this is going to go on TCG Player, and this is going to go on eBay at the beginning, and it confused me so much, and it didn't really... It made me spend more time thinking about that than actually selling cards, so I stay away from deciding what goes on what platform. Do you think the bulk market is becoming saturated? No. No, not at all, Jimmy. I think that bulk is bigger than people realize. Think about how much cards are being opened every single day. I mean, how many cards were printed last year? It was in the billions. I mean, think about how much a billion cards are. And that was just in 1 year. That means people open those. So, no, I don't worry about the saturation. I think selling has become really popular and everyone wants to get in the bulk market, but there's always going to be bulk to get. And bulk is one of those things that everyone thinks they like until they start doing it, and they realize how much work it is, and then they stop doing it. So they get out pretty quick. What does Sort Swift do that Uploader doesn't? It can sync between platforms. It has a whole different inventory system. The answer to that is a lot. Like, a lot that I really won't get into right now. But it's just a different thing. Like, Card Uploader is basically just for scans. And that's what's great for it. It's fantastic. Amazing product. And I really like it. But Sort Swift is just like the all-encompassing selling platform. If I had to put it in a way like that. But good question, Dragon Sunshine. It's a little bit more involved, though. Swift has a lot. Yeah, it does. What up, Shane? Phantom always talking about acquiring. How about you acquire us some fizz batches? Some fizz bitches, if you will? Hell yeah. Possibly. You never know. TCG Player app helped me through it for sure. Yeah, for sure. Check out Mana Box. Look up Mana Box if you haven't already. It'll tell you all the prices at a glance very quickly. Does it hurt your store to add in more than one TCG on your eBay? I have a lot of One Piece. Not at all. Not at all. It's basically its own. Like when you add other stores and other categories and things, it's just basically like you're starting from scratch with that category. So no, it doesn't hurt you at all. You can list cards, you can list computer parts, you can list everything. Like you could literally list anything you want on your eBay, and it's not going to affect your listings, from what I understand. But I use Uploader still. Don't need all that yet. Yep. That's fair. I used to work at a computer store and we list on eBay, and I was never taught auction or the complete sold. I was set to fail. Yeah. I've not really done any much auctions, so I don't know enough about it. I have a video out on my channel. Not much detail in the video though. Comics, D&D as well. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Do you do a lot of storage buying? That's pretty cool. And List, you taught me a lot. Hell yeah. I'm a direct seller for like 7 years, but looking for a change. Oh, really, Cooler. So you probably know the game a little bit more. So yeah, I mean, I personally just don't like the idea of having separate inventories, but if you know what sells on direct for 7 years, then you're going to know what sells on everything else. But with you being a direct seller, Sort Swift doesn't make sense as much for direct sellers. At least, obviously, you can't have it Chaos Sort, so it's a little different. But if you wanted to have a separate inventory, then you could have it listed on like eBay and Mana Pool and Card Trader and stuff like that. So it's pretty nice. Sold a lot of my bulk in-person orders recently, which has been cool. I've sold a lot of my bulk on in-person orders recently, which has been cool. What do you mean by in-person orders, Flop? I'm confused. What's good, y'all? What up, Mike? My store has hit like 1 to 2 sales a day from like 15 plus. This is my first eBay summer. Is it normal? It's hard to tell, you know. Probably, but it could just be slow days, you know. You just never know. Or it could be you didn't list enough, or you know, like I'm a growing store, so it's hard to tell. Like Is this slow because of the summer slowdown? Or, you know, what does it look like? I don't know. The answer just is keep listing. Just always keep listing. Do you still use card over for Pokemon, or is that on Sort Swift? Scans can get used pretty fast if I start doing Pokemon along with Magic. Not great, Bob. Currently I'm just, well, I am doing Pokemon and Magic on my second eBay store. But I'm using Pokemon on this store to test how well it'll sell with scans instead of, or with default images instead of the scanned images. And I was just going to test it. So I've listed about like 1,200 Pokemon on that store so far. Not a ton. And even then, it's not all. It just went live today. Some of it, not even all of it. So yeah, yes, I'm doing both, but only on this other store. I'm not doing my main eBay store yet. Just got Rico in, time to mess with it. Hell yeah, Mike. Good luck. Probably has the big boy $500 package deal. I do, only because it's free. How do you get this Super Sorter Mini? In the Discord, if you go to Sort Swift's Discord, there's a way to sign up for the waitlist, I think. But you have to do a $1,000 deposit, I think is what it is. Tell them that Phantom sent you. On Swift. I'm building my kids a card empire. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, Phantom, how is everyone doing tonight? I'm doing good, Tiger. How are you? Listed more items on eBay. Still learning the system. Do you recommend upgrading the store subscriptions? Yes. If you need more listings, upgrade the store subscription. But only do it once you need more listings, Miguel. I work part-time at a shop, and my buddy lets me sell cards out of there. I've been selling Yukimori and other artists in person. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. My kids are going to keep warm with all these sub 25-cent cards I'm going to be burning. Don't burn them, no! Sell them to me. Sell them to me. I will buy them. Thank you for confirming that. I was basically thinking it wouldn't be good for me because I have 40,000 cards listed and would hate to start over if I went to Chaos Sort. Yeah, you wouldn't want to go to Chaos Sort with Direct. It would be awful. You can't do a Chaos Sort with Direct. It would be a terrible time. Terrible time. Currently experiencing the same thing. Sales have dropped a fair amount, 30% less than our May. Yeah, our guest might be talking about that. We can ask him about it. I've heard this guest that comes on says that he does, I think eBay during this time, like the summertime, he sells like 10% of his inventory or 10% of how much he sells for the year within like a 4-month period. So he feels the summer slowdown. But the biggest thing with summer slowdown is just like, who cares? Just keep listing. Keep getting inventory, keep listing cards, keep selling cards. Like, just keep listing, because once it's no longer the summer slowdown, then all those cards will be ready to go and ready to list, or and ready to sell. So you should just always be listing. The answer is always listing. Never stop your listings. Okay, we are going to try StreamYard tonight, so bear with me. I don't know how this is going to work. I have no idea how this is going to work, so bear with your boy. Okay, I might have to turn off this camera so it'll work on here. So bear with me. I know it's a blank screen. Maybe we can... Streaming. How do I make my webcam work? How do I make my webcam work on Chrome and OBS? Pokemon music, hell yeah. Just start using Swift and just keep going. I think so. I don't know. I've not messed with it enough to know whether or not. I'm assuming yes. You know there are 100 annoyed Altasars in there. Yeah. I would take them. 3 ads? Holy shit, you got 3 ads? eBay going ridiculous with fees? Yeah. If you move to Sort Swift to use their images, check your free listing them out before. They re-uploaded all my listings and had to pay quite a bit for insertion fees. Oh shit, that's terrifying. So if I think Diamond and Pearl. Yeah. Gardena. Let's check. It is Eterna City. Okay, well, this isn't going to work. Allow this time. Can't access your device. Close any other applications that might be using your camera, then refresh the page. If it doesn't work, try restarting your browser or computer. I don't want to close because I'm streaming from that. That's kind of an issue. All right, there's that. Maybe I can make this work. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. We do have to pause our music. Add to stage. Okay, we can make this work. We can make this work, y'all. I don't know how we're gonna make this work, but we're gonna make this work. Subscription to get access to the coupons. From my understanding, that's the only way to get them. Oh yeah, the coupons are fantastic, Miguel, and you'll need to over 250 listings anyway. And you get lower fees. Okay, if I show this, it'll be to where other people can join, and I don't want that. Well, son of a bitch. Add a source to OBS and share the other screen. Yeah, but the problem is it still won't let me share my... Even if I turn my webcam... Oh, I don't want that. Even then, like, it'll... You see what I mean? Like, it won't... I can turn the webcam off, but it still thinks that, and it's not going to let me... It's not going to let me change this. I wonder if... Wait a minute, we can do this. No, that's still not going to work. I guess I can use Droid Cam. Wait a minute, we can do this. We can do this, we can make this work. I might be able to make this work. We might be able to make this work. It's going to be a really jank way to do this. But I think we can make this work. Someone mentioned one time how I could make this work without doing this jank. There's a setting in OBS, I guess, in Google that you can make it work. But I don't know if that's... Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. How do we switch? Switch. No, not autofocus. How do I... Oh, there we go. Front. There we go. Okay. Oh no, this is such a terrible angle. This is an awful angle. I have no way to set up this camera and it not be in an awkward angle. Possibly, well, let's just see if this will work first. Let me... Droid Cam video. Does that work? Okay, it's not working. Why are you not working? Should have figured this out. What's the issue? I'm trying to get my camera to work with StreamYard. It's not pulling up my camera. Add a source to share the other screen. Yeah, that's not the problem. I could. It's not letting me show my camera on two different things. I've always saw you always use 25 and up prices. With what about 25 cents? And what's your opinion on multiple cards? I just list everything for $2 minimum. It's like you're on top. Looks like a Discord mod at that angle. Yeah. Okay, this is weird. I'm sorry, Ryan. Give me 1 minute. I don't know if you can hear me. I can't hear you, but oh, it's because I probably don't have you turned up. And I probably have to add you to stage. There we go. What's up, man?
What's up?
We might have to just... I don't want to just not have...
I mean...
I would hate to Discord call because then I still don't, but we might have to for now. I need to figure it out. You can't use the same camera in two different applications. That's what I'm saying, but how do you make StreamYard work then? Like, I don't have it on... I can turn my webcam off on this.
Asking the wrong person, man. I edit my videos in fucking CapCut.
we have to do, but yeah, we'll have to just do a Discord call. Let's not leak DMs here. Let's not leak DMs here. Like I do every single week. Let's do this. All right, we're just going to do Discord. I do not see you.
Yeah, my camera's not on yet.
There it goes. Okay, so I also wanted to use Streamlabs because then I can put your name somewhere. Let me add a text. Let me add a text document so I can put your name there.
The most scuffed ever.
All right, there we go. Oh my god. This is the jankest thing ever. All right, I don't even know where to put you to make okay, wait, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We're going to make this look super professional.
We're losing to like Bronze God Tech Productions.
Yo, Carmen out here catching strays. Why can't I put it? How do I? Oh my God, this is abysmal. Okay, I'm just gonna put it. Just gonna make it a little smaller, and there's room if I do this. There, we are super professional.
Yep.
No, wait, that's the wrong thing. Click this and bring it down, you son of a bitch. There, good enough.
Good enough.
Welcome. How's it going?
Doing pretty good, man.
Nice.
How's it going for you?
I can't complain. Been a crazy few weeks, but it's been good. How's it going in the summer slowdown?
It's not slow.
Yeah.
It's not slow this year at all.
Yeah.
The slowdown was greatly exaggerated this year for sure.
Yeah.
Last year, I want to say like June and July combined were like, it was like 8% of my annual sales or something.
Yeah, I remember you saying
which
that.
is like, yeah, it's like pretty low. But like, I mean, June and July, I'm down like 5% from like April, March, all the others. So nothing has changed. Everything is still up. It's probably just going to keep going up. I think December and January are going to be like absolutely insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, Pokemon's just too popular.
Yeah.
It's offsetting it
Mm-hmm.
like a lot.
Well, before we jump in, because this is also going to be in a recording, tell us a little about yourself. This is Ryan, y'all, from Lugia's Den. He was our first seminar guest and is now on the Off the Cuff, I guess, podcast. I don't even know if I'm calling this pod, whatever the hell it is. Go ahead and tell everyone who you are, what you're doing. Give us a little bit of background.
Yeah, so I'm a eBay seller. I sell exclusively on eBay now. I don't sell on any other platform. I've been doing this for part-time since 2020, full-time for about a year now.
Mm-hmm.
I sell a lot of Japanese. I do everything, bulk, graded, singles. I don't really sell a lot of sealed, but collector, investor, flipper, whatever you want to call me, I don't really care. I make money off of cardboard. That's what I do for a living.
So you do investing, or is it just purely you just sell everything? You do any holding anything, or you just go?
I mean, if it's investing, it's like real short term, like couple months. You know, like a set will come out, I'll buy a bunch, and I'll be like, this card's gonna do really well. I'll grade them up front, get the 10s, and maybe I'll wait like 4 or 5 months before I list them. Just depends. Like, I don't do that often, but I have done it before.
I gotcha. Nice. Nice. We are a huge fan of investors here on this channel. If you haven't, that's a joke. If you haven't heard my rant on the mini live streams.
I've heard. I don't think sealed investing is really going to do too well over the recent time horizon. Like, as in, everything will go up and it will continue to go up, but you can make more elsewhere And I think that's what a lot of people are trying to figure out right now is there's so many things that are going up. It's like, what will go up faster? Like, it's really hard to lose money in Pokemon over the last year.
Yeah.
If you lost money in Pokemon, it might be time to call it over the last 365 days.
Yeah, this last year has been a little wild. Just a tad wild of a environment right now.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it really is. I bought some sealed as a part of a collection just like I don't know, a couple months ago. And it literally has like I just bought it and then I think it doubled in the time I bought it, like 2 months ago. And I'm just like I wasn't even trying to invest. I was just trying to use it for trade. And it's just sitting there because I don't have anything else to do with it. I don't want to sell it as sealed. I just want to trade it for bulk. And I'm just like I doubled my money and I didn't even do it. I'm not even trying to invest. I just barely hold on to something and it's doubled. Like I had a Mega Evo and I think that's blown up. It's just crazy.
I've got cards at CGC since February that who cares what grade it gets now? The card's 10x'd.
Yeah.
I don't really care what grade it gets anymore. I by just not selling it, I won.
Yeah. I wonder how many of the PSA people that are waiting for their cards at PSA and they'll get them 3 years from now. How much their cards are going to be worth. Hopefully the market will still be hot by then.
Yeah, I think someone in another group of sellers, did the math that he sent stuff off and then his wife got pregnant like a month after, and the kid is going to be born before he gets the card back.
I fully believe that. Yeah.
So,
yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I fully believe that because it's a chaotic world. Is it so from your perspective, you're just buying, selling most of it. Like from your perspective, are you afraid of a market downturn?
I'm not afraid. I think there will be one.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make the argument that, like, well, if everybody thinks something's going to crash, it won't crash. When everyone thinks it won't crash, it will crash.
Right,
and it's just, like, financial theory. The probably prevailing theory in, like, 99% of people's heads right now is it's going to be the Rayquaza set comes out July in Japan, November for English, 30th, Celebration, September. And then probably January, February, March will be the first set of like the next gen, like Winds and Waves, and that'll probably be the crash. But then you also have, we've learned this lesson too many times. If Scarlet Violet base crash, but now it's up, if everybody thinks they're gonna win by buying the crash, it won't crash.
Yeah.
So it's really gonna take. I don't know what it's going to take to crash at this point, because if everybody thinks something's going to do poorly, everyone will buy it, because they know in a year it's just going to be up again.
See, I guess I'm not of that theory. Well, I understand that theory, but I think I guess I could see that. My thing is, like, I don't think investors have as much of a impact on the market as they think they do. So I think the people that think it's not going to go down, like, the popularity of Pokemon is what makes the prices the way they are. Yeah. So I think that, like, if everyone thinks it's going to go down, they're going to invest in it. Like, I think that necessarily isn't, because most people, I would say 90% of product that goes through isn't going through investors. It's going through just a normal person wanting to open it.
And it's just going to be another opportunity cycle, mainly when the new gen comes out. I mean, not even TCG related, just like Pokemon. Like I've played every game ever, like fully. I've thousands and thousands of hours. Like the new, like I'm seeing these people that like shat all over Scarlet and Violet Mons when they came out. Yeah. Now it's like is it 2 or 3 years, whatever it is. Now they're like, wow, look how cool like Tandemaus is. Like, if you day one said Pika Clone 484 no one will care about, and now you're like, wow, Tandemaus is so cool. I'm like, okay, well,
I remember when
how
people
many times do we have to learn this lesson?
Yeah. How many times I gotta teach this lesson, old man?
Like, we have XY revisionists. Like, XY Mons were so hated when they came out, and now, like, Chandelure is, like, a top 15 Pokemon, and half the, like, people are like, it's a fucking Chandelier. No one's gonna buy that. No one wants to collect that.
Yeah. It's one of the coolest Pokemon. I've always loved it. But
Yeah, no, I mean, I always thought it was cool too, but there's a forced 8-month heat window of every new Pokemon that they release.
When they showed the new Pokemon, I saw so much hate. I'm like, y'all are crazy. I love these Pokemon. They are adorable.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for them.
I mean, I'll be honest, like, even it gets me on some things. Like, maybe my opinion will change, but like, I think Mega Darkrai is the ugliest thing ever created. I think it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
personally,
mind
I just don't understand. Like, they took this like cool, like slender, shadowy figure, and now it's like a fat, like blimp. I don't want that in my store. I don't want it in my collection.
Yeah. No, I can see
Maybe
that.
in like a year, I'll look back and be like, yeah, that is really cool. But
yeah, I feel like the Megas didn't grow on me when I first saw them. Like Mega in general, like Megas were not cool to me for some reason when X and Y came out, and then now I'm like, I can't wait for Megas. Like when they showed. Legends Z, I'm like, this is gonna be so hype. I'm so excited to see all the Megas, and I got to see them in the game for the first time. Like that was really exciting to see each new Mega when you got to go fight it in the whatever, So yeah, no, I agree. Since you played all the games, let's talk about the video games for a second because I'm a gamer. I'm the same way. I played all the games. That's my baby. I love the cards, but the games is where Pokemon is at for me. What do you say? What generation would you say is the best? Gen 4.
Well, okay. Are we talking about the games that came out or like the like I don't think Diamond, Pearl, Platinum is the best, but like Heart Gold, Soul Silver are the best games made.
I don't think. How the hell are you just you watched me and say that, and you just say that to suck up, aren't you? Because I wholeheartedly agree it's the best games ever made, and it's not close.
Why do you think like my store and everything's like Lugia themed? Like
yeah.
My first game was Soul Silver.
Oh my God, you're such a fucking baby. That's wild. First game. That's crazy.
I think I was like 9 years old. I was playing Soul Silver on the playground.
I was a junior in high school.
Yeah, I was playing Soul Silver. I went through the entire game with my Feraligatr. I caught the Lugia. I immediately did not use anything else until Lugia was level 100 post game. That was it. That's cool. It was it from the start. Like Lugia was like day one. That's the Pokemon for me.
Yeah, no, I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the best games. I had a buddy that came into town a couple weeks ago, and he had never played Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and had been a Pokemon fan his whole life. He said he just somehow never played them, and he owned it. And I'm like, dude, you're bringing it this weekend, and we're playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver all weekend, and that's what we did. We played a bunch of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. He even had a Poker Walker. I literally have my Poke Walker right here. Like, this shit is my jam. Who's on it? I got Onyx. Yep.
I got two.
Nice clutch. I got Onyx on here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Love Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So what's next after Heart Gold and Soul Silver?
Emerald. I mean, it's not a lot to say after Emerald.
So you went
Heart
back.
Gold, Soul Silver, Emerald. Yeah, I mean, I beat Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I liked it. So then I got like a Game Boy, and I went all the way back to like Yellow within like 2 years of beating Heart Gold, Soul Silver. After Emerald, I go forward though. After that, it's like Black and White 2, and that's maybe a more controversial opinion, but I think Black and White, with only the new like reboot where there's only Univamons through the first part of the game, was like cool, but then Black and White 2 having like the full decks in it, I thought made it way better. Like that, the region was really good.
I think it's not unpopular. If anything, a lot of people say Black and White 2 are some of the best games of the series. I would disagree with that, but they are. I think they're good too. It would be in the top half for me.
What's the worst game in the series? Mainline game.
Ooh, that's a good question. I used to think it was Sun and Moon, but it grew on me. But only because you can't play the damn game without them stopping you every other step to give you 45,000 lines of text.
It's a movie experience. You're getting
worst. It's the worst. I don't play Pokemon for the story, and the new games want to shove it down your throat. But I don't know. That's difficult.
I'm gonna get like.
Go. Let's hear yours.
I'm gonna get like witch hunted for my opinion, but it's Diamond and Pearl. It's not Platinum. Platinum is a top 5. Diamond and Pearl are so Like, I don't enjoy playing them. It's so slow. The health bar tick is
It is
unbearable.
very slow.
Every fight is like an hour
Yep.
marathon. Like,
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I used a super effective move. There's a Blissey on my screen. I'm gonna go like make dinner. I'll come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It is slow. It is a very slow game. I wouldn't put Diamond Pearl there. I would probably put X and Y there. I
X and Y second. X and Y, like if we're going off of the whole region, Platinum carries Sinnoh way up, but X and Y is the worst region.
Yeah, yeah. I think
I
that's
don't
why I would
think
put
the
it there.
Pokemon in X and Y are
No,
bad.
no, not at
I
all.
think
Not
the
at all.
region sucked. I can't name more than 2 XY gym leaders off the top of my head.
I don't even know if I can name one.
I can name Karina because that's like the Lucario girl on the roller
Oh,
skates.
yeah.
Just because she's like popular enough in the TCG. But like outside of that, like Iris, I think is also a gym leader.
Dude, you're
in that,
naming some
maybe.
things
No,
that I don't even remember these names. I don't remember.
she's
any
the
of these.
champion. She's the champion at XY. I'm wrong. Iris is the champion.
See, I don't remember a lot of the trainers, and that's why I guess I don't like trainer cards. Because it's like, I don't give a shit about these people. I just want to beat them so I can move on to the next thing.
Speaking of
I want the
things you
Pokemon.
could have lost money on the last year, Japanese trainer cards.
Oh, they like tanked?
Yeah. I would say like 2 years ago, like there was a really big like Japanese trainer boom. Like so many. I actually just looked back at one because I was curious. There was a trainer from Triplet Beat, which was like the equivalent of Paldea Evolved in Japanese, and it was like the Dendra Full Art. On release, that card was like $1,000.
That's so stupid.
And it stayed around $1,000 for a while. I just checked prices like a week ago. It's like a $60 card now.
Good. Make it go to 0. Every trainer card should go to 0 unless it's cool trainers. Like, I will say, like, and that doesn't mean it needs to be older. Like, I like Iono. I think Iono was a cool brand. I loved it in the game. Like, that's a...
The Scarlet Violet trainers have done it right where there's, like, Pokemon in them now.
Yes.
Like, you got, like, the
Yes.
Morty that
That's
has,
why I
like, a
like it.
Gengar
Yes.
in it. Like,
Yes.
that's a cool card.
That's exactly
that
how
card
trainers
will
should
have
be made.
long-term potential.
Yes. Trainers should always have a Pokemon with him, even if it's a tiny little background thing. I don't want a trainer... Like, I remember pulling in base set, I pulled the Miriam, I think, and I was like...
That was the most expensive.
Yeah, for a long time. Now it's not. The Gardevoir is, but it was the most expensive. And I'm like, this card sucks. I don't want this garbage. Like, this thing is trash to me. And I was so upset.
I just got like a CGC return back tonight. I think I got like 5 of those in Japanese in a pristine. The Miriam.
I can't.
I think they're worthless,
cool.
but
yeah, I didn't think Miriam is cool anyway. So it's just like, or like, what's the streamer chick in X and Y? Or X and Y, ZA.
Oh,
that storyline.
I'm so bad with the ZA. I'm so bad with the ZA trainer games because I'll be honest, like I was on a time crunch and I blitzed through that game in like 3 days.
I did too.
just to play it.
That game too.
And like I forgot everything because of it.
Yeah. No, I did the same thing. I blasted through that game really, really quick, but it was fun. I liked the game. I thought it was fun. I base a lot of my games on like shiny hunting though nowadays, and that game's shiny hunting is really boring. You just reset the game and it's just like really trash.
I did the thing like overnight, like I taped my diff stick up, my drip stick. I walk out, there's like 10 shinies. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's just boring the way they did it. I was just like, nah.
I'm of the unpopular opinion that I hate how easy the shinies are in the newer games.
Oh,
like,
100%, yeah.
Get me back like my Poke Radar chaining in Platinum.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what it's like to break a 35 chain after like 8 hours with nothing to show for it.
I still say that the best modern game to shiny hunt on was Sword and Shield. I think that game had a perfect balance of shinies were rare enough to where it didn't feel like you were constantly getting them, but weren't too rare that it felt like you would never see one. It was that perfect balance, especially if you had the shiny charm. Yeah. Like, I shiny hunted so much in that game. I thought it was like one of my favorite games to shiny hunt in. Still, to this day, is one of my favorite. And that's the only problem with overworld Pokemon is because the shinies are too easy. Yeah.
I like when there's like a mini game that you do to get the shinies. So, like my favorite method was like the Sun and Moon like wormhole method where you have to like dash through, get really far, and like your odds go up the longer you survive to get there. That was like my ideal way to hunt. Yeah,
that one had the SOS hunts, which were fun too.
Yep, those were also fun. I did a lot of that in Sun and Moon.
Oh, I love the games. I don't play them enough anymore, but I did play through ZA, and I will play
Dude,
through
I've
Gen
got
10.
like I've got hold on, where is it? I sell the game
Dex Nav
sometimes.
was fun.
Like I haven't listed in a while, but like this is just like bags of like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I've got
Oh
like
shit.
I think I've probably like 100 copies that I just haven't found the time to list. But cards are just too profitable for me to take the time to take
Yeah, take
manual
a picture.
pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
Like card uploader and everything's just ruined me on listing anything that is not like scannable.
I'm the same way. I'm like, people like have said before, they're like, oh, you should do lots or you should do playables. And you should do this. I was like, dude, I don't want to do that. I don't want to think about taking a manual picture ever again.
I have a stack up on that shelf back there of probably like 200 like sealed promos of like various worth that I just refuse to list at this point because I have to like manually do them.
How do you do your listings for your graded stuff?
Card uploader.
Right.
Still card uploader.
I never tried to do that. How does the system work?
It's really easy. Especially like if you buy your own CGC like collections and you've got like really like mixed certs, like they're not sequential. I'd recommend buying like one of those like scanner gun things because you can literally just like scan the barcode in. But if you do like all your own grading, the cert number that it starts and ends on is like all sequential in your batch.
Right.
So you can literally just put the first number hyphen the last number, done.
Interesting.
And you know, I do them 100 at a time because that's the max you can do on card uploader. But like my submissions now, like I think I just submitted like 1,800 cards to Fanatics, and I just got them all back. Well, I got the grades back. I don't have the cards back. I'll get them back in like a week or two. But
so
grading right now is in season.
Yeah, let's talk about. Well, someone asked, and I'd like to go back to it, and then we can talk more about CGC. Have you considered grading with PCG? What are your thoughts on Rudy looking to disrupt the grading market?
I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
The fact that CGC, as big as it is, and it still got that like little bit of stigma. Like I really think CGC has been like leaps and bounds over the last like 2 years.
Yeah.
So is like Tag. I think a lot of them are like, it's not financial suicide to grade with them anymore. Whereas like I still think, I would say the biggest grading company that still isn't worth it is Ace. Personally, like Ace is still quite large, but I would never consider sending a card to Ace. There's just no value proposition there.
Who would be the third one after CGC and PSA?
It's PSA, CGC, Tag, and Beckett are like equal. Like all four of those are completely fine to grade with. Like if you're trying to make money, but outside of those four, it's not really worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would like outside of a collector wanting to grade themselves. Like I don't understand as a financial reason why anyone would go with PGC or PCG.
No.
I just doesn't. One, I don't think their slabs look very clean, to be honest with you, and two, like if as a collector, I'd be like, I'm going Tag because Tags are the best looking slab, but at the same time, like I don't know, It's hard, I feel like, to get into the grading world, like to be a competitor. I agree, like Ace is probably the next big, and it's just like even then it's like And I think it's literally just like PSA here, and then way down is CGC, and then a cliff to Tag, and then another cliff to anybody else. You know, like it's not even close. It seemed. I mean, like just pure like volume wise, at least.
Yeah, I will say CGC. If you get pristines on the right cards, you will get over PSA 10 comps on a lot of things. I mean, I do, at least. The liquidity is nowhere near PSA, but the value proposition is, in my opinion, a lot higher. Also, at least for me and the stuff I'm submitting, the biggest thing that will always get me is there's no upcharge. CGC will grade your $10,000 card for $12.
Yeah.
And they don't want anything else for it.
Yeah.
PSA will charge me $1,000.
Yeah.
Or not like 500, whatever the tier is that it fits into now.
Way too much.
Yeah, I mean, I just got like this return I just got is multi six figure, and I paid $3,000 in grading fees, and that's it. I'm gonna pay no more.
Yeah.
PSA, I'd be paying like a new car. to
Yeah.
get that back.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it. So you grade through Fanatics, and then you just pay. What is the percentage you pay to get it back because you don't sell it through Fanatics?
It's contra it's 3% technically, but you got to understand you're not actually going to pay the 3% because they use card ladder to value it, and the card ladder comps are so low that it's like this is what it's really valued at. Card ladder slashed it in a third, and now you're paying 3% on that.
Is that 3% no matter the value of the card?
Uh, yes. 3% no matter the value of the card, and you'll also pay an extra $3 if card ladder valued it under $50, just because they try to keep, like, they don't like junk submissions clogging up Fanatics, right?
Gotcha.
So anything I send that's like low tier and is a miss, like if I send like a modern, well, I just paid like I think like 50 of the like low tier fees because I sent like 50 like 151 Master Balls, and the ones that don't get pristine are sub $50 cards.
Right, right.
So, but I mean, it's still not bad. I mean, I paid $10, so now I paid 13. If I graded that with CGC, it's 16 right now. If you don't do bulk, and it would have took probably 6 months to get it back. I got my cards back 2 weeks.
Jesus, I need to start doing the CGC stuff. I need to start doing it. But the problem is I don't have a ton of Japanese, and I know you mostly do Japanese, right?
I'm basically exclusively Japanese at this point.
With grading.
With everything.
Oh, really?
The English margins. Now, this is not to say the English margins are bad. You can make a lot of money, but the Japanese margins are astronomical right now.
Right, right.
I mean, I made like a short video about this, but prices in Japan historically have been, it rises in Japan and then it rises in the West to offset it, right? Because if prices go up, everybody that sells to the US has to raise.
Yep.
But we've been inversing that over the last like 6 months, where prices rise here first, in Japan secondary once like people clear them out.
Right.
So I have been getting, I just had like a Dragonite Hollow from like Diamond and Pearl. I paid $30 for it. They're currently selling for about $200 raw. Jeez. And I just graded a 10 that's valued at like 4K. So I just turned $40 into fourth. That's a 10,000% return.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot I can do in English that's gonna beat that.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
And I'm still cash flow restricted, or I would do more English. I mean, the amount that I can buy in Japan is still high. I mean, I'm up to spending probably around $80,000 to $100,000 a month on new cards. And then as I get them, I sell them, I buy more. It's just double down, get more, build the inventory, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because I know come September, everything is going to go nuclear. Not even necessarily with prices, just with sell-through rate.
Yeah.
More people come back to the hobby.
Yeah.
Like, even if the demand is like, there's two types of demand. There's like, the cards go up demand, but there's also just what you have, even at the same price, it can just sell more, and it sells faster.
Right.
And that type of demand is absolutely coming in September.
Yeah. Yeah, people talk, I mean, even just like the summer slowdown, I know you said it's not really affecting you, but people have been saying that's been affecting them, and I'm just like, just keep listing. Because come September, October, November, they're going to sell. It's not like they're just going to sit there. And like the answer, in my opinion, is just always keep listing. So
keep listing, keep buying, keep doing everything, because I mean, there's seasons to this when you've done it for a while. We are in a buying season right now. Mm-hmm. As much as the market's up, as much as everything's high and it feels like we're at all-time peaks with everything, this is still a buying season. Come December and January, those are not going to be buying seasons. Those are selling seasons. So if you started now, you have the leg up all of the people that will be getting into this over the next couple months and won't have the inventory to sell through in like the Christmas, like Q4 30th anniversary rush.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious. So let's talk a little bit about like with your operation, because you're doing. I think you mentioned, for those that haven't heard you talk about, you're up to 7 figures a year now in sales.
Yep.
So How many orders are you doing a day with that figure, on average?
Yeah, let me tell you. I'll give you actual numbers. Let me pull up my eBay portal real fast. So, for the last 31 days, at least, I'm at quantity sold, so number of items sold, of about 6,000. So that's 200 items a day that I'm selling right now. And then average price per item is about $17 on each of those.
So then you're doing, it's hard to say like order wise, depending on how. So you're probably doing what, 100 to 150 orders a day?
It's probably about 80 actually, because I think my average order size is about 3 items.
Okay.
Because especially because I do buy 3 get 15% off,
Right,
so that
right.
kind of shapes my order size. So yeah, it's about 80 packages a day, I would say right now.
How long do you think you spend on packaging orders? Like
More
pulling,
than I'd
packing,
like
the whole
to.
process.
Probably 2 hours a day.
That's not
at
bad.
this point. Yeah, I'd really like to outsource it. I should outsource it.
That's
I
what
absolutely
that's what
should.
I was going to get to. I'm really curious about scaling, but continue with what you're saying. You say you spend about 2 hours a day?
Yeah, it's hard because, I run this out of my house for the most part. I don't want someone over my house for those couple hours.
Yeah.
And then even if so, there's extra costs to come with it, right? Like, they'd have to use my computer and then I can't do anything. So I have to buy a second PC and a desk and everything for them. Or I have to rent an office and have that whole shebang. But I'm actually, gearing up to move states in the next 8 months ish, so I really don't want to sign a lease right now.
Yeah.
Maybe when I move, I'd be considering getting like a business office of some type.
Yeah.
But for right now, I'm just kind of sucking it up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense because I was actually talking with a friend about this, and we were surprised. I was like, I don't know why this guy hasn't like outsourced it at this point, but that makes sense with like your limitations. Like you're just trying to wait until you can move. Where are you planning on moving to?
Texas.
Why
Austin, Texas, baby. Family. Cheap real estate is a major.
Because where are you at now?
Like South Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be cheaper in South Carolina.
Well, honestly, it shouldn't be because, like median income in my area is actually considerably lower than Austin. But like, dude, I'm looking at like 4,500 5 beds in Austin for like in the threes. And I'm like, okay, that's like 600 here. So I'm leaving. Also, if you're a higher income person, there's no state income tax in Texas, which is a plus for sure.
Right.
Like there's higher property taxes to offset it, but I've done the math. I will save a hell of a lot of money by moving to Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, moving's never really been an option for me, so I never really thought about. But if I would, I would definitely move to somewhere with a cheaper standard of living. Even though, I mean, I'm in Indiana, so our I would say our real estate isn't like great, but it's not bad. Like you can get a pretty decent sized home for the prices you were saying. I mean, we couldn't get 4,500 square foot home for 300, but in the 3,000 square feet, I bet you could get in that number. It's not 600,000. That's maybe, I don't know. It depends on what part of Indiana you're in.
South Carolina's like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about this. I think it's right. For the last like 3 years, it's been like the highest growing state in like population percentage. Like the most like net move-ins versus move-outs. So everything is just exploding here. I just want out. Really. I just don't I don't enjoy it in the South anymore. Going out to the Midwest.
Texas is the Midwest?
Well,
literal Midwest.
Well,
it's middle of the West, but Midwest is normally like the Indiana, like Ohio, Michigan.
I guess fair. Just the West, I guess, but like not West Coast.
Yeah. The middle
LA,
of the
I
West.
could. Yeah, I think I looked at houses in LA one time, and it was like cheapest thing I could buy was like a 600 square foot house. It was the cheapest thing listed. It was like 750,000. I was like,
Yeah.
think I'll pass.
I don't
I
know how
don't
anyone
think
could
my
afford to live
cards
out
would
there.
fit in there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how anyone could afford to live there. So then, okay, you moved to Texas. What does that look like in regards to your business? Do you then start looking for a lease? Do you go buy a building? Do you look to go own like an office, or do you look to lease it, or what would be the ideal scenario? Give me a time frame. You move to Texas, now what?
I mean, the ideal scenario is I lease because I don't think I want to be in Pokemon forever,
Mm,
for sure. Um, I mean, I'm in business and finance at the end of the day. And, Pokemon is approaching a limit and a number where I'm gonna have enough capital to do like other things, like real estate investing, more like wealth diversification, less active and more passive type
right,
things. Because
right.
like ideally I'd like to retire in the next like 3 to 4 years. If, the numbers seem to be there for me, but I just need to keep grinding it out and doing it.
Wow. So you want to be that aggressive with retirement? So the time frame,
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't make sense to own a building. I mean, if you're getting real estate, owning a building would be a good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
But
I mean I could be on projection for like an 8-figure retirement before 30, which is I think what I really want to do. Because I can just do whatever I want in my life. I got like passions outside of this that I could spend all day doing if I chose to.
what would that be?
I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of things. I mean, gaming's one of them. I play a lot of League, quite a lot of League, and then like
Poor
music
soul.
is another. Yeah,
We've
unfortunately.
all played way too much League. Every person that sells TCG seems to play League as well. So, or have played
Yep.
League in the past. Luckily, I've stayed away. But
I'm in too deep, man. I'm in like the top 1%. I'm like a master, like 200 LP.
what
I
role?
keep grinding it out. Top lane.
Oof, you're on an island.
I am on an island.
So you said you get into music too.
Yeah, I play a lot of things. I've played piano since I was like little. I play like the steel drum, which is like a more niche one probably,
Yeah,
and then guitar. It's a lot of music.
nice. That's pretty cool. So you still find time to indulge in your hobbies, even though you've got all this going on.
Yeah, working this job is really like I also have ADHD, so a lot of it comes down to like bursts of like this week I worked 80 hours. This week I worked 5 hours, and it kind of cycles through stuff
Mm,
like that cuz
mm,
when I have to do the work is really dependent on the flow of things. Like, I mean, yeah, I can always list bulk and stuff, but I don't really need to do that every hour of the day anymore.
right.
So it's more like I buy stuff from Japan, maybe a package came in that day, so now I have to list it all. So that's like most of my day. But then I have 5 days in a row of nothing. Oh, a grading submission just comes back. Like in 2 weeks, I'll have 1,500 cards. That'll be like 4 days of like straight work. Probably like 15-hour days. And I'll just grind it out. And then I'll probably go relax for another week after until the next one's ready.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
So it's real bursty on like what the day. I mean, packing's every day, but it's
Right.
only 2 hours, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
less than a part-time job at that point.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm sure I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but I can almost assume that I have some form. And for me, I have to be very like diligent about doing something every day. Like it has to be like consistent.
Yeah,
Like I'm not in the
yeah,
bursty way. Like I can't. I will have days where I'm like, let's just bust it out. But like most of the time, I'm like, I need to have this number, and that's what I have to do every single day, and then I can be like, all right, I'm done. But like if so, I feel like I have to have a little bit more structure. But you say you're more
yeah.
of like it's kind of less more free flowing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like my whole life. It's just like hyper focuses. I'll be like, I'll pick a thing, and it's like, this is
Yeah,
all my brain
yeah,
wants to
yeah,
do right now.
yeah,
And like, if the thing
yeah,
is work, then that's all I'm gonna do, and I'll
yeah,
enjoy it.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
enjoy it when
yeah,
I want to do it,
yeah,
but if I'm not in the mood to do something, it is awful. Like, there are
yeah,
some days I wake up and I have to pack the orders, and I'm like, literally anything else but this
yeah,
right now.
yeah,
I'd
yeah,
be so much happier, just anything else but this.
yeah, yeah. I feel that definitely, especially with like the hyper fixations, because my hyperfixation with this has lasted for a long time because obviously this is a lot more enjoyable and it kind of like works with it. But
Yeah.
most of the time it'd be like video games. Like I get hyper focused on this one video game. You seem to be consistent with League though. Is there any other video games that have been like pulling you or pushing you to play?
I mean, I've played a lot of. I probably have like 4 or 5 thousand hours on CS:GO, like lifetime. Like a lot of like FPS type
PvP
shooters,
kind of
like
games.
Valorant. Yeah. Or outside of that, like Pokemon. Like I do like Soul Link, like Nuzlocke with friends a
Oh yeah.
lot. Like the competitive, more like Nuzlocking scene of Pokemon. I played VGC like competitively when I was in high school.
Oh yeah.
I haven't touched that in a while, but
The boy that came to town was competing in the VGC.
yeah, it's so more optimized now than it is. I've watched the tournaments and I'm like, yeah, not anymore. I
Yeah.
like back in like 2015, like no one knew what a calc was. No one was like doing like min damage ranges on this ability. You were like, yeah, this looks like a good move here. Let's click it. All
Right.
right,
Right.
good luck.
So, MacBook gave a good question, and we've talked about this before, not to give away your sources, but he's asking more so a general question. What is the general way of getting Japanese cards? Can you? I know we've talked about in the seminar, but can you go into like very general? Obviously, you're not going to
Yeah,
give away any sources, but like,
I mean, it's a thing where if you look hard enough and actually commit to it, you'll find it.
yeah,
And it's just like there's public knowledge. There are literally YouTube channels with 30, 50,000 subs that have made videos, like hour-long videos like how to buy Pokemon cards from Japan, like
yeah,
every method.
yeah,
I mean, some of it comes down to like risk tolerance. Like I definitely buy a lot of things where I'm in a position where if I get burned, it doesn't matter. And I just know I've been doing it for so long where it's like I average win more than I lose. But like it's a real hard sell for me to tell someone, "Hey, buy this collection. It's $2,000. You can't see the backs of any cards, but you know, if they're all heavy played, you probably lose $500. But if they're LP, you're probably up 1,000. So do with that what you will." I'm buying that every single day, all day long, personally. But I just know how Japan is. Like it's a different culture than the US. Like it's a lot less grifty. People aren't out just to make a quick buck
yeah,
as much, I would say. And you also have like, you know, I've bought from people before. I have reputable sellers and stores and everything I've gone to. So I'm just a lot more comfortable taking big risks like that. And I've lost plenty before. You know, I got scammed on a $5,000 collection one time. I basically got like $100 out of it.
Oof.
But it's just part of it. You know, for everything I've done with that, I've gotten free ponchos out of collections I didn't know were in them before. So it really, really comes down to like the shotgun approach, I guess. You gotta buy a lot of things and you gotta have a lot of money to start. It is a takes money to make money business, no matter what. Even if you do bulk, it's a take money to make money business because there's always levels to it, right?
yeah,
You could have started your business with a scanner. You could have started your business with a fizz batch, even if you do all bulk. The more money you have, the more money you can make. No matter what avenue of Pokemon you're in.
What avenue in business you're in? That's
Yeah,
basic finance.
exactly.
Yeah. You got to make money you got to have money to make money.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, I took a lot of risks early on that could have not paid off, but I believed in myself. I was in debt for a long time. I took out like any money anyone would offer me. I was basically taking out at a point on Pokemon. When I started, I was in college and I was literally using my scholarship money to buy a collection, flip it, get the money back to pay for the classes like the week before they started. And then reinvest the rest. Like I was flipping and using every dollar at like a max efficiency for as long as I could.
Yeah. It's funny, I was talking about debt in today's video about how I'm going to use the YouTube money to pay for student loan debt. And I don't want to do it because I would rather reinvest the money to make more money. And it's the smarter choice. But I started thinking like peace of mind kind of thing of like, I would just like to no longer have this debt being over my head. And the way I saw it, the way I keep looking at it, for years I kept being like, okay, I could use this business money that's coming in to pay off my student loan debt, or I could take all that money to make more money. And then it's just like, when is that going to end? When am I going to be okay with losing $30,000, to my debt that I have to pay off? It's like, eventually it needs to be paid off. So, but go ahead.
Even I still have student loans.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in the 7 figures and I still have student loans, but like I pay the minimum.
Right.
Not the minimum. I mean, I'm paying over the interest. Like they will get paid off.
Yeah.
I think it's like I'm on like some 15-year plan or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's like my interest loans are at like, I think they're like 4.1% or something.
Yeah.
And it's like,
-2.
okay, well my business IRR is like 20% a month.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And even when I took out loans, like one of my first loans I took out like a Rocket like business loan, and like it was not a good percent, because like if you don't have like a long established business, you're not getting a good percent. I think it was at like 14%.
Oof.
And this was in like 2022, but I took out like $20,000 and I went to Japan with it, and I bought as much as I could, and I came back, and I still have. I think it is paid off in like 3 years or something. Again, I'm doing the minimum payment. But I have grown that money into so much more than that initial 20. Like that 20,000 is probably $300,000.
Yeah.
Over time at this point.
Yeah.
Over the 3 years.
Yeah.
And another part, like if I were in your point, I'd be doing the same thing. I wouldn't be paying the student loan except for the minimum. I'd set, even if it's frozen, I'd set up like the 15-year whatever plan.
Yeah. That's
and I'd just be paying
naturally,
Yeah, I just be paying the minimum, because in my head, even if I don't think there's a world like Pokemon goes to zero, whatever.
No,
like you can say market crash, this, whatever, but if you're buying collections and stuff, if you're doing it properly and you're growing and growing and growing and growing, the peace of mind is that you have assets that worst comes to worst. Shit hits the fan, like, oh, I don't want to do Pokemon anymore. Oh, let's sell it. Let's wipe out the debt, keep the money on top.
Right.
Like, I'm just too finance efficient to pay off something that low of an interest percentage where I have opportunities elsewhere. And, that's a big struggle internally for me with, like, retirement investing. Like, I take out a pretty healthy sum every month to just, I max my IRA, I 401k, and then I do like some traditional like just S&P stuff on top.
Right.
But taking out that money is painful to me still, because like I know it's the smart thing to do, and I know I am setting myself up to like have tax advantage accounts later on in life, but I also know I could triple that money in 4 months. If I just didn't do that.
Yeah.
So there becomes a point where it becomes so addicting to growing a successful business that you don't want to take anything out because you know what it costs you. Like, I'm so frugal about spending money in my personal life now, because every time I want to buy something stupid, it's like, oh, I could buy, I don't know, this new bed frame or a new couch for the living room. It's like $2,000. I'm like, yeah, but if I wait 6 months, that'll be $12,000.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I think there's a lot of like misunderstanding when it comes to debt. And that's why, like, I knew making the video today and saying like I'm going to use this money to pay off debt. Like, I know financially it is the wrong thing to do, because you're right. 4%, it's basically nothing. Like a high interest savings account could damn near pay it off. Like especially with the interest rates the way it's at, where it's at right now. So I know it's the wrong decision, but I was just kind of like, I just want to get out from under this so I can be done with it. I just want to be debt free. But no, I think that like I like that way of thinking that I don't think enough people think about, because there is some things down the pipeline that I can't get into quite yet that is going to either require a business loan or put me in potential debt, which I don't think it will. But like that is not something you should necessarily be scared at. This is not financial advice for anyone watching.
Oh, yeah.
But I think people get scared of the word debt too easily, especially when it comes to business. And like, I was just talking to my dad about it, because he bought, he ran a sign company for 30 years, and he bought these two printers. They were $30,000 a piece, $60,000. He's like, why would I pay $60,000 of upfront money when I can get
Yeah,
an interest
exactly.
like either like some of them come with like 0% interest, and that literally makes no sense to put the money down at that point. But even if it's like a super low percentage, even if it's a high percentage, 10%, like there's no reason not to tie up that much capital when you could be using that capital to make you more. I talked about that in today's video. I was like, I know that I could just use this money and double, triple, quadruple it in the amount of time that I'm spending. But I just kept thinking, like, when am I going to say enough's enough and pay it down? And I was like, let's just do it now. So I don't have to think. So the way I want to see it is like 2 years, then I don't have to feel guilty about having that. And then I can put it towards a business loan that I know is literally made for me to make me money. You know, like that's what it's used for. But I mean, especially rich people, like these guys, they borrow money. They never pay for anything. They just borrow it because it's cheaper. They don't pay for anything.
Yeah, I mean, I have a line of credit through my bank for $100,000, I think is my limit, and it's 6-month interest free revolving on every new purchase. So
that's
I buy all my inventory through that basically.
Right.
Overextend myself every month. I basically float myself a future month of cash flow, and I've been doing that for like the last 3 years.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, lines of credit are basically just new cash flow.
Yeah, it's very easy. And then again, I don't want to encourage anyone to make bad financial decisions, but even when like I talk to people, I do a lot of consulting now for like other people and their business, and people that are new and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to spend the $800 on a scanner. What if it's not great? What if I doesn't work out for me, blah blah blah." Or I don't have the money. I'm like, I understand this is not what you want to hear and it's not the best debt. I don't care if you have a 29.99% interest APR credit card.
Yeah.
There's no interest on the first month. Buy it. It's $800. You can sell it used on eBay and it will insta sell at $600.
Yeah.
Your risk is not $800. You have an asset now that is worth something, even if you don't want it anymore. You are risking $200, which is a lot more tolerable for a lot of people to think about. It's the same when I buy a collection. People are like, do you get nervous buying like a $30,000 collection? Because like, what if you lose the money? Is Pokemon going to 0 tomorrow?
Yeah,
Like, I really don't think so.
Yeah.
What's my like real like Pokemon drops 20% overnight and I lose 6,000? Okay. I mean, yes, that is a real risk. That could happen. But 6,000 and 30,000 are a lot different of numbers to be risking, you know?
And even then, if it goes down 20%, your margin's already there. So you're probably breaking even at that point. It would have to literally cut in half, which in theory it could, but it's like, it's not going to happen that quick. You know, it isn't going to turn. Even when we saw downturns in the market, it's not like it happened overnight. Like we saw it slow down. And so, no, I agree. There's a lot less risk. I mean, the only reason why I tell people not to do something like debt for the scanner, because people always buy the scanner and talk about the scanner a lot with the Rico scanner. The only reason why I say like don't go into debt or don't like overextend yourself more so is because I think it's like you don't know if you want to do it. And that's my thing is like, don't go into debt or don't buy something that you don't even know if you're going to want to do. Like, do it for a little bit and then see if you like it. And that's my biggest thing. But then the next thing you need to buy is this scanner because it will make you a disgusting amount of money. I said it a million times. It's the best thing I've ever bought for my business, and I still believe that. Like, you can't grow without it. Or you can grow without it, but you can't understate how much you will grow once you get a scanner, especially if you're selling on eBay. The scanner is unmatched. Yeah.
In like terms of things you need to buy.
Yeah.
That's like why I don't know. I don't want to put the idea in anyone's head. And like you said, like it is important if you figure out you need to like it or not. But I also tell people like starting off with sub $1,000 is very hard and unoptimal because of like that's like the minimum to buy like a little bit of bulk in a scanner. Like that is really like the starter package dollar amount to do this like seriously is $1,000.
Yep.
Doing it on less than that is hard mode. And
anyone who started with less than $1,000 is honestly an idiot and shouldn't be trusted.
Yeah, $1,000 and 50,000 in bulk and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
house and a
yeah. Because of
computer and a
course I didn't
mic.
do any of that. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just really hard to explain to people that part of this is like you need to decide if you're time poor or dollar poor or both or neither. And that really determines like what you should buy and start with. If
Hmm.
you are a like I've had people come to me that want to sell cards on the sides and like they are literally like doctors and lawyers. They are making $250,000 a year at their day job. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, how much free time do you have exactly? And they're like, an hour a day. And I'm like, here, buy this booster box and try to sell it for 10% more. It's $10,000, try to sell it for 12. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like that's the only thing that you can do that's worth it at that point.
Hmm.
You have the money, you don't have the time.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people will be like, hey, I'm 19, I just graduated high school, I don't have a job, but I have $1,000 in savings and I want to start a Pokemon business. Okay, buy bulk, list by hand for a little bit, get some money, and then, you know, continue.
Hmm.
So it really depends on like where you are that determines what you can do.
For sure.
And how you should like scale
Yeah.
in general, Like I don't really know what to tell a lot of people because I didn't ever really start small, to be honest. I mean, even my first month on eBay was over $5,000 in
Hmm.
sales. So like I never was in this like tiny phase because I was collecting for years before that, and like I started by just selling my personal collection, which was probably worth like $5,000 to $10,000 at the time, and then I just bought, sold, bought, sold, bought, sold in the sales and never dropped below that baseline from the get-go.
Right. Right. So, sports cards makes a good point. He's a big TCG player fan. Have you ever tried selling on a different platform? What are your thoughts on various
I
other platforms?
sold I sold on TCG Player my first month and I got level 4 in like a week or something, very fast. And then I think I was up to $3,000 and like 800 orders in my first month on TCG Player. And I was sitting there one night and I packed like 20 cards. And I think my profit on it was like $10. And I just sat there. Or no, maybe it wasn't even 10. It was like 8 or something after shipping. I just looked at it and I looked at what I just did. And I'm like, this is not long term going to make me like, this is not scalable into a 7-figure business. So I immediately left the platform.
Mm. Yeah. So, I think the time frame is off, but it's fine. The point is, you got level 4 quick.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a week. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was fat. It was
Yeah.
like starting out. I got level 4. I saw relative success, and then I saw eBay was making me like 10x,
Yes.
and I was like,
Yes.
this is I'm never going back. I'll never go back to TCG Player.
I
Personally.
started on TCG Player, obviously with this channel, and it didn't last long. But I also used to sell on TCG Player, was in the direct program years ago, and hated it. But for my own reasons. I don't think TCG Player is a bad platform. I think I agree with you. I've said this before, even not 7 figures, but 6 figures. Like, I think I said this with Carmine Bronze God. I was like, I think it's harder to make make 6 figures on TCG Player. A lot harder to make 6 figures on TCG Player than it is eBay, especially as an at-home
absolutely.
seller. As a LGS, you're a different market. You're a different. We're talking about different things. But
Yeah,
if we're talking
you're an
about
LGS,
at-home
you
sellers,
need to be on TCG Player.
Yes,
You need to
100%.
be. But
Yes.
if you are one person
Yes.
with no employees,
Yes.
your time is better spent on eBay.
Yes.
All of it. Than
Yes.
TCG Player.
That's how I see it too, because I'm like, the profit margin, especially just on bulk, like it's why I don't. People are like, oh, you can cross list, and eventually I'll have a point where Sort Swift will sync with TCG Player, and I still won't use it. I don't see a world in which I use TCG Player because I'm like, why would I sell a card for 30 cents when I can sell it for $2? And if somebody buys one more card, it immediately makes my profit margin significantly more. And I don't mind that it sells slower. I don't care. I want my time spent per card to be the most amount of money.
Yeah. It's also much harder to build a brand on TCG Player versus eBay.
Yeah.
eBay, you have a store. I have store followers. You know, I have thousands of eyes on every new card I list instantly because they want to buy from me in specific.
Right.
TCG Player sellers want to buy whatever, or buyers want to buy whatever is the cheapest for the amount or range of cards they're looking for.
Right.
The brand loyalty on TCG Player is infinitely lower than somewhere like eBay.
I mean, zero.
Which
no one has brand loyalty on TCG Player. No, I mean that's not the platform. It's just not what it is.
Yeah, and I mean like they have like the seller site stuff, and like
TJ
does
sorry,
stuff like that.
Yeah. So the pro selling site. I meant more so the marketplace, but yes, yeah. If you have a pro site, yes, there's some branding there for sure.
But I mean, branding makes me who I am. Like I charge like sometimes 20-30% more for my cards than other people selling the exact same card, and I sell before them every time because people know to come to me. They know it's getting shipped in a day. It's getting packaged properly. I'm very harsh on my conditions. So you build that reputation. My repeat buyer percentage is like 25% of my sales.
Wow. I need to get that up. Mine's so low.
It's incredibly high for me. Like,
are you running coupons to get that, or how's that?
Nope. I have the same buy 3 get 15% off for everything, for everyone. And then outside of that, it's just the people that buy for me. I mean,
you're also on the higher end, so.
Yeah, I also sell a lot of like Japanese, which, you know, there's not a terrible number of sellers. I mean, there's a lot, don't get me wrong, but I've got people that I know them by name because they buy for me like 2 times a week. And they have for the last like 2 years. Like I have familiars in my business that helps move stuff, you know? I also have people that come to me specifically like with wish lists for cards. Like sometimes they're like, hey, no one's selling this. Can you find it in Japan? I'll pay you over what you have to buy it for. And then I buy it with a buyer already lined up for it.
Right.
So like sales like that, like lets you move money so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're definitely in a different market because you're buying. I mean, you're in a smaller market naturally, just selling TCG and or Japanese, and you're in the higher end Japanese. Like, that's just a whole different beast that you can't easily get in America, especially older stuff. Like, that's the stuff. That's the people that have like figured out the game of buying collections from Japan, bringing it over. So, but with sourcing, so. You talked about going to Japan and sourcing. Is that still profitable? Is that still a thing that is reasonable? Like if I wanted to do this and was like, hey, I can take a trip to Japan, that'd be cool, and then I could use it as an excuse to buy cards. Like is that even a reasonable thing anymore?
Yes, I mean you'll still get deals. It's a lot harder now than what it used to be, for sure. I mean I'll let you know I'm going again hopefully late this year, like maybe November-ish. But as far as like finding deals, yes, but I would also say you could find the same deals online. So there's not really a reason to go anymore. It used to be like genuinely cheaper to go to Japan.
Right.
But also, a lot of the money you're going to get now is like, like sometimes the played stuff will get you margin, but a lot of the reason to go is to have the cards in person and you buy to grade.
Mm-hmm.
But like for people that have never been to a Japanese card shop, it's like such a like premium / like weird experience. Like the US, like you wait your turn. Normally, like they have a store assistant that comes to you. Everything's like behind like a, like a case wall.
Right.
And you literally just point to like however many cards you want, and then they bring it up to the front, and they have like a little lamp and a light, and you literally sit there and look them over, and you have like a pile to confirm that you want to buy it, and a pile to like reject that you don't want to buy it.
Wow.
So a lot of it is like buying to grade, really. You're like, you pick up what you think contend, what looks good for like the margin, you go to the front, sift through it all, buy what you want, next store.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you got to go outside of the major cities to get a lot of the good deals, I will say. Like, if you're going to Tokyo and you're going to, like, the Akibahara district trying to get a deal, I have news for you. You've walked into New York trying to buy like a
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty for cheap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
uh you got to go to like the Fukuokas and the less big parts of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Like the smaller card shops have really good deals because they don't have the volume, right?
Right,
Like they
right.
need lower prices to turn it over and make it profitable.
Yeah.
But the amount of card shops in Japan is insane. I think last time I went for like 2 weeks, and I think I went to like 60 plus different stores when I was there in those 2 weeks. Like it was just mania. It was just like 5+ stores a day every day.
Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know that's how they did the buying experience. That sounds really convenient, especially for graders.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. I don't think you could make that work in America because then if someone knows the game, they just grade. I mean, most of us just grade. You know, like most stores are going to grade if that at that point, but not every store. A lot of stores don't do. Don't do the grading
Japan
stuff.
takes condition very seriously. Like they don't really use near mint light play as much. They use like alphabet system where it's like A B C D
Oh wow.
conditions, and like I buy C condition cards all the time that are near mint. Like by US standards, they're near mint. There's like one tiny like white dot somewhere, and they're like, oh, it's C. I'm like, really? Okay, thank you for discounting it 50% from market price for that, but awesome. Meanwhile, like there things that we would consider moderate play, they would like consider like damaged.
Yeah. It's
But that's also why I'm very strict on my conditioning, because like the Japanese side, even in English, in Japanese, in the US, I would say Japanese conditioning is much stricter than English conditioning.
when you're selling on like eBay and stuff.
Yeah. Like I'm much harsher on my Japanese stuff than I am on like an English card.
Gotcha. So what do you do when you go to Japan? Like you, excuse me. So you go like, I imagine you just bring like multiple suitcases that are empty just so you can bring them back with you, or are you not buying that kind of volume?
I normally just fits in like one suitcase. I mean, I'm not buying many things sub $20, and even when I spend a lot, I mean, you know, like 1,000, 2,000 cards fits pretty swiftly in any carry-on. I actually put on my carry-on, not my suitcase, because like I'm not checking that amount of money at an airport.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That is on my person.
Yeah.
I will say a lot of the stores are cash only. So walking around with that much money is a little scary.
Yeah.
I normally go with like people, but crime in Japan is also pretty low.
Right.
Like it's much safer than like I'm not walking around Chicago with like $10,000 on me in cash. That is for certain.
Yeah.
But
interesting. Yeah, hell, I don't like having $500 cash. I don't like having $50 cash. I never carry cash. The only time I carry cash now is to do a deal. And I go to the ATM and get it and then do the deal. and then it goes away. I actually the other day got like $1,000 out of the ATM just so I could put it like in my drawer so I don't have to keep going to the ATM, but then I already spent it. I'm just like, I just need to probably have cash on hand, but
everything's so cashless. I think I carry like sub $20 in cash on me at all times.
Right.
Like, even when I go to like my locals like farmers market, everyone has Square.
Yeah.
I just like stick my card out. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. Everything's credit, so I wouldn't even bother with cash. The only reason why I do is because I do like local deals, which you don't really do. So
yeah,
I don't. Cash is
even like
big.
I'll be honest, even like the vendors it shows, like that's a world I'm not in. Like that I've never vended. I don't really have an interest in vending.
Right.
But if I did, like I know vendors personally, and they just have like their little like, you know, like the satchel bag on their chest.
Right.
They just like pocketed like 15K from like a deal. I'm like, you have to like walk through the parking lot now.
Yeah.
Like what if someone out there is just armed and they're just like, hey, give me your money or die? I'm like, I much prefer selling online where no one can do that.
Yeah. I don't know if I would I don't know if I'd like that, carrying that much cash. It's just never. I was actually just did a deal today with a guy that told me, he's like, have you ever had somebody try to rob you? I'm like, no. And he's like, he's like,
well, now you have. And
Welcome to your first experience. No, he's like, I actually had a guy pull a gun on me. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, that's Yeah. I mean, if someone wants it that bad, they can have it. Like I ain't trying to lose my life over some Pokemon cards. If you want this ETB, you can have it. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Like, just
The
yeah.
amount of people that like show up or in my like DMs on eBay now, and they're like, "I see you're in the South Carolina area. Do you have a store? Can I visit?" And like, no, no, sorry, just buy from me here.
Yeah, yeah.
But
No plans of an LGS then.
I I'd rather retire. I'd rather go back to my normal job before that,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
It's so much work. You're just buying yourself another job at that point. Like, it's still a job. Like, it's retail. Like, there will be points you have to man the cash register. Like, it is still. You're working retail, whether you like it or not. You can be
right.
making a hell of a lot more than a retail worker.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't. The logistics, the overhead, like, everything to worry about. Dude, if I wake up on one day and I decide I don't want to work or I just want to like lay in bed and not have to do anything, I want to like preserve that luxury in
Yeah,
my life.
yeah, yeah, yeah. People have talked to me about doing an LGS, and I'm just like, I think people think that if you do cards, that's like your end goal. And for those that want that to be their end goal, that's great. But like, I've said it before so many times, I have negative desire to open an LGS. That sounds like my personal hell. I love what I do. It's fun. Yes, it would be great because I could get collections and bulk, which I love, very, very easily with an LGS. But it's
Yeah.
not worth everything else that is involved with running an LGS. The benefit, yes, I get that, but the negative far, far outweighs the negative.
If anything had to do with an LGS that I'd like even consider, like I know a lot of other like friends that have like partnered with their local LGSs and they like pay like rent for like one case or display in the store and they just kind of like stock it themselves and then they give like a small percent to the store whenever something sells.
Right.
But I mean that would be the most that I'd ever even consider doing
Mhm.
LGS. I also don't have an interest in sealed anything, which
Right.
is
Yep. Same.
primarily what an LGS is
Yeah.
kind of doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's funny you say it because it's encouraging to look at where you're at, and not necessarily that I'm going the same direction, but like people have asked me all the time, like, why have you not done sealed? Like, do you want a distributor? Do you want? I'm like, no, I don't want to do sealed. It doesn't interest me. I don't care about it.
Nope.
It like I always talk about what makes your brain happy. Nothing about sealed makes my brain happy. The idea
Yeah,
of
it's
packing
so
up an
boring.
ETB in a box does not make my brain happy, like at all. And so, like, I just have zero. Even if I could sell it on my own store, that's why I've literally had the seal just sitting there because I'm like, I'll just trade it. I would rather trade it or open it on stream. Like, I'll open it even for myself before I go and sell it online because I just don't unless I do like a rip and ship, which I'm starting to realize I don't know if I want to do either. But still, like, I just don't. Sealed does not appeal to me. So yeah,
The
I
only
definitely feel you on
seal, the only seal that makes me happy is like really vintage expensive sealed. Like if I got like a diamond and pearl booster box, I'd take it. If I could get a good percentage on it, or I thought I could make something on it, like
that. Yeah.
that'd be cool to own. Or
Oh
like
yeah.
just have to
Oh
sell.
yeah. Yeah. I think I could do that too. Yeah, definitely more like if I ever got into the world of sealed, it would vintage stuff, even like Sun and Moon kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's a little cooler. But
Yeah, I just sold a Sun and Moon box. You know, I got it for 600, sold it for 800.
Yeah.
Had it for like 2 months, round turn. Like that, I'll do that stuff like all the time. Like
Yeah.
I don't mind.
yeah, but even then, I'm just like, I'd rather if I could spend $600 on sealed or $600 on singles, I'll do it singles 99 times out of 100. So it just doesn't. No, I feel you there. I definitely not a sealed guy.
I'm addicted now to like I don't really collect anymore or have like a real collection, like just the stores in my collection because I have too many copies of just everything.
Right.
But there are still like some cards I've just never sold. So sometimes when I'll see them for sale, even if the margin maybe isn't like my target, I'll just buy it to just say I've sold it
Do
before.
you have an example?
Uh,
Or you want to give or is that a secret? You don't want to give away the secrets.
no, I mean like I made like I think 8% selling like a not shy a Mew Gold Star, like Japanese recently, and like 8% is a bit low for me.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? I just really want the card. I
Yeah.
want to look at the card for like the month that I have it. So
Yeah.
I had it on my desk, and then it eventually sold, and I'm like, all right, well, goodbye.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, like that's way below like what I normally would want out of a card like that, or like just any capital for my business. But I was just kind of addicted to like, man, I really want it. It's a good price. Normally, I can't even find any of them that are profitable to sell.
Right.
When's the next one gonna be? Let's take it.
Yeah. Yeah, cards like that you don't see pop up every day, especially not like at a somewhat reasonable price. Most of them are probably priced over market.
Yeah. Or like even there's cards that I want that I'll likely never get, especially at a profitable price. Like there's a Lugia promo. It's a lottery promo from Japan. I think there's only it's either 100 or 500 made of each of them. I can't remember. But I think the last sold on it was like 7 grand for one, but it's hard to find one that's being sold for less than that, obviously. I think there's one up on eBay for like 10K and like an 8, and that's the only one for sale right now. A lot of Japanese bulk that I sell so well, I think, because people don't realize that if you're like a species collector and you're doing like Japanese cards as well, there are a lot of things you just can't buy. There are so many Japanese cards that are straight up like just no one is selling them. They don't exist.
Right.
Like there is no dollar amount you could pay.
Yeah.
Like there's like random XYP promos that have basically disappeared because like, you know, Japan has so much of that limited type stuff where it's like, we're making 100 of this. Good luck. Whoever gets one gets one.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they all end up in like multi-millionaire long-term collectors like collections, and they have no intent of selling it because what do they care about money? So when one does pop up, it's so hard to do that type of stuff.
It's not like you're pulling it off TCG player. You're not...
even bulk, it's hard. Like I was really talking to Carmine yesterday about this and like his eBay strategy, and I was like, just list Japanese bulk, dude. Like, you need to buy and list Japanese bulk on eBay. It sells infinitely better than English, because think about who your competition is. TCG player Japanese is unusable garbage.
Oh yeah.
It's just the truth.
Yeah.
TCG players Japanese section, it might as well not exist. Every market price is horrifically wrong, even if they do have it working. And the cards are titled wrong, like the set it's from, or how it's like cataloged is incorrect. So eBay is kind of it. So think about who you're competing with when you're selling your English bulk. eBay, all of TCG player, and when you sell Japanese bulk on eBay, A, less people sell Japanese, and B, there's no other site really. Like you can say like Card Market and like the EU and stuff, but eBay is kind of it for Western Japanese singles.
Right. But I think so. You talk about bulk in a way that your definition of bulk, I think, is a little different than us normies. Because you'll be like, oh yeah, bulk, like diamond and pearl Japanese. And I'm like, well you ain't getting that shit easy. Like we get modern
Scarlet
shit.
Violet. I sell Scarlet Violet hollows in Japanese. Quite well.
Yeah.
Like,
I've heard
I
the
sell Scarlet Violet.
Well.
Like I have normal cards up. It's really just about having the biggest store.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, I won't say that like I'm getting a lot of single card orders for them, or like maybe like 2 Scarlet Violet only cards, but it's really just in addition to everything. It's people buy every Aeron card I have, and I happen to have 4 Scarlet Violet Aerons, so I made an extra $8 today.
Yeah, I mean, I just looked at your store one time early on when we were talking, and I just searched Fortress and was like, oh, I don't have these in Japanese. I have them in English, but I don't have this English. So like, if I were to buy from your store, I was like, I could buy this, I could buy this, I could buy this. Like, I don't have these, and that's the benefit for a lot of like, especially species collectors. And you see, I mean, I know you see that. I see it all the time on my store. Species collectors like take over everything. It is the way to do it. But okay, we've got to talk about a big thing. Let's talk about duplicate listings, because I know you were the first person I messaged when I watched Rob's video. You were the first. I was like, let's chat, because your experience showed that duplicate listings didn't hurt your store. My experience has shown that duplicate listings didn't hurt my store. But Rob's experience was different, which is reasonable. And I'm not saying that like we are right and he's wrong. And I'm not saying you need to make that stance, but like tell me what you think is going on with duplicate listings. What's your opinion? What do you do for your store?
I've refined my opinion on this, I think, over the last couple weeks. And I've come to the conclusion that I think duplicate listings hurt Magic and help Pokemon.
Interesting. Okay, expand.
So I think a lot of it comes down to like who's your target audience. I mean, like I know a bit about Magic. I am not a Magic player. I'm not a Magic seller. Right. But I just know from, people like Rob, other card sellers, like I understand a bit of the collector or player base of Magic. People just don't give a shit about the condition, to be blunt.
Yeah.
They want to put it in their deck.
Yep.
Unless you're talking about cards like, over $20, $30, then like maybe. But if you're talking like bulk Magic, they're buying it for a deck or to like fill out a page in the binder, rarely probably. But they still probably don't care if it's a gradable card, if it looks good. I have people buying $3 commons from me trying to grade them in Pokemon. They want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And they might not be grading for profit. They're grading for there's so many people that are like, oh, I collect Totodile. I want every Totodile ever printed in a PSA 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? Not a lot of people are grading the Fusion Strike bulk Totodile.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to do it himself.
Yeah.
So what's he going to do? He's going to go on eBay. He's going to look through everyone's pictures and find one that's probably going to have a strong chance at a 10, buy it, and grade it.
Right.
If you combine all your listings and you're going to say you're not getting the one in the picture, you just lost that guy. He's... now you're just expensive TCG player to him. He'd rather go buy 50 for 10 cents and gamble.
Mm-hmm.
But that type of like mindset in the Pokemon space specifically is too big, I think, to ignore. I just don't want to combine my listings. I used to do variation listings years ago.
Yeah.
Which is like, I would just have every card that I had the same one. I would still have pictures of every card, but it would be like a drop down, whatever.
Right.
I ditched that system just because it's too confusing to the buyer. I got way too many messages about like, oh, which one am I getting? Like if I click this one, and like when you click it in the drop down, it scrolls you to that picture that's relevant, but like they don't know that. Also, be honest, I think it's something like my eBay last seminar. I think it's like 60% of eBay buyers buy on mobile. So how your listings and stuff format on mobile is a big deal. And variation listings on mobile is an atrocious mess if you've ever tried to use it.
It is. Very much so.
So I really hate variation listings now because of that. And once I turned them off and went to singles, I had a lot more success. And then, again, I also just think listing everything individually is good. I will say, if you want to get crafty and you're a smaller seller and you have the time to do it, something that I think does help is, and you can't really automate this with Card Uploader, and I'm working on a way to try and automate it myself. If you sell a card successfully and you relist that listing with the new pictures, it has that like one in stock, one sold, or X sold, and that does genuinely help the algorithm.
Yes.
Quite a bit.
Yes.
But the problem, at least for me, is I just refuse to do that when I have multiple available.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good. Like, I do not want to have 3 in stock, 1 sold. I want to refresh it once with the new card. And if anybody in the automation space is able to figure that out quickly, like, oh, you have an ended listing that matches this title, let's renew it and put this on it instead of making a new listing, that will be a very powerful feature.
So currently, Swift does something similar. It's not exactly as you have it.
They like back up the scan.
Yeah.
So you can like, yeah.
So let me explain for those that don't know. With Swift, they have it to where it's a quantity listing. There's 10. You have 10 Totodiles on your store. It's just one listing, quantity of 10. it shows the picture of the card that's the next one in your inventory that they will be buying. Obviously, if they buy more than one, it's not going to be the same picture. It's not going to be the same card. It's going to be one picture. But when that Totodile sells, the next Totodile that you're going to sell is going to be that picture. I think for the majority of people that want to do that, that's good enough. Why do you think you would want it to be only, like, what else would it, so you're going to have multiple different listings at that point?
So
like, how does that work?
Here's my fear with this one, right? And this is what I think is not talked about enough with that system in particular.
Yeah.
What happens when you have a card that maybe you conditioned wrong, or maybe it just wasn't the best, right? Like maybe it's like LP minus and you put it as LP, or maybe there's like a couple scan lines through it.
Right.
And now every other listing you've listed that maybe would have sold individually is held hostage.
Yeah.
That whenever you get to the bad image in that stack, it's gonna sit.
But the system that you're talking about would have the same problem, right?
Well, each card, you would still only ever have one card per listing. It would just be optimizing of like, hey, if you sold this card before, let's reuse the one that sold.
So you would have,
and it would still
you would
be
have
a
your
new
12
card.
Totodiles on your store.
Yeah.
It would just end the one that's the worst one and then replace it with that?
No, so it'd be, so imagine a month ago, right? I sold one of those Totodiles already. Okay? Like as a single listing. When I go to list my new Totodile, it would reuse that listing, and it would still be like quantity 1. And it would have the new images. And then if I listed another Totodile tomorrow, but the new one hadn't sold yet, it would just be a new listing again. Like it would 1-to-1 match your solds with the new.
Yeah, but that would just assume
sense.
that, but you're just always assuming, I mean, that would always just assume, I guess, that you're adding more. I feel like in that system, it would literally cause more problems than it would solve, though. Because then you're only adding it to the listing that works once.
Well, you would hope that the second listing also works at some point, right? And then you can kind of scale it out. It would be like in the future, maybe I've sold 20 Totodiles on separate listings. So now I can list 20 at the same time. And I have 20 old listings to pull from in like my bank of used listings. And they would all get the same algorithm jump because they all have a sold item on it.
But I don't. Interesting.
But as far as like combining them all like that, I just don't want to do that. Because like, you know, even, especially on like, even if it's not bulk, if it's like higher end stuff, and I'll be honest, I don't know how Sword Swift does this. I don't know if you can pick what you can even combine. Because I would not want to combine higher end cards ever.
Yeah.
I would only want to combine bulk. And I don't know, like, that's the same reason I don't use card uploaders method right now, is because like the way you combine it is like, it is efficient, but you get like a little list of like, here's what we found duplicate listings for, and I have to like read through like, well, I don't really want to combine this card because this card's like $50. This one's bulkish. I'd combine that one. And it's just slowing me down. Yeah. I'd rather just shoot them all out and they will just sell.
Yeah.
Because the other thing that I think is important to talk about for bulk in particular, the algorithm placement matters, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. Because who's at the people that are probably buying your card at the top of the algorithm are probably one card buyers. And I don't really want those, to be honest, because I make like 50 cents and I'd rather not sell it, to be honest. I'd rather wait for the 2 or 3 card buyer to come along. When I list, even if it's not at the top of the algorithm, eventually one of my things pops to the top because of it's my store. And then they go into your seller page, and then they're looking through your cards only at that point. So I've already won. Like, at that point, nothing matters. Once they're on my eBay store page, I've won.
Yeah.
Like, when you get a little bigger on eBay, even I would say, I think they reached out when I hit, like, the $100,000-$200,000 annual mark. You'll get invited to this eBay, like, boot camp, basically. You'll get a rep. You'll meet with him like once a week for like 8 weeks. And The main thing that mine talked about was like basically he didn't care about sales, he didn't care about conversion, he cared about conversion rate into my store page.
Hmm.
That is like the number one thing that can lead to like big sales.
Oh yeah,
You need to
yeah.
figure out how to get people onto your eBay store landing page. That is your main goal when selling.
So I
If you're
guess
selling one card off, cool, but you want multi-card orders.
yeah, but yeah, I can see what you're saying. But like, how else are they finding your store other than highest listing? Like, yeah, the highest listed, they're going to potentially buy one card, but how else are you getting them to their store out to your store outside of just being ranked high in the algorithm?
You need to be in the top at a point,
Yeah,
but that's where having a high performing listing
yeah,
matters a bit, but
yeah,
also
yeah.
promoting your listings is what really matters. The way it works, I believe currently, and I'm still pretty sure this is correct. When you look up like on eBay desktop on like the grid view, there's like 4 items that show in the top row. It's like
Yeah.
4 items per row is the grid view. I believe it is currently 3 out of the 4 are reserved for promoted listings.
Hmm.
If there are promoted listings to fill. If there's
Right,
not,
right.
it just defaults to the algorithm. But so the number one way you're getting seen at the top anyway is just promoting your listing and having it get picked, which
Right.
is, dependent on your rate, however many people are competing against you, et cetera, et cetera. But having a high performing listing can get you in the top 8, which can be helpful, but it's a stat that he told me, and I always butcher the number because it's in the 60s. Yeah, I think he said something about 60 something percent of people when they look up an item on eBay, they click something in the first row and don't scroll down and
Right.
buy.
Right. Right.
So if you're not in the top 4, you've lost over half your customer base
Oh
already.
yeah. Yeah.
So being up there is why like promoted listings can matter more, in my opinion, than any optimization you can do with eBay in general.
Mm.
Promoting your listing is pay to play in a way, but it's kind of mandatory unless
Yeah.
you're selling something that's like so niche or is going to sell itself, like you probably don't need to promote your $8,000 PSA 10 card.
Right.
It
Right.
will probably get enough eyes on its own,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But your $1.99 bulk, if you don't promote, no one is seeing it.
Yeah. So what do
Just
you
kind of
promote at?
objective.
That's the question I get asked a million times.
I promote at, I think it's like 2.8% or something.
Yeah, very close to mine. Mine's 3.1.
I mean, again, like it matters, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You'll get, I will say, like, I mean, it is true, like how eBay changed the promoted listing thing,
Right,
where it's
right.
like if someone clicks on it at all, it gets charged the promoted fee. But I can see on my like dashboard, 91% of my sales were promoted.
Really?
91% of my listings were promoted.
Wait, so like sold through promoted or added to your promoted campaign?
Sold through promoted. So like,
Oh,
I paid the promoted
mine's
listing
so
fee
the
on
opposite. Mine's not
91%.
even close to that. Wait, now I
Yeah.
gotta see mine. What the hell? Why is
I
yours so
will-
high?
I mean, part of it is gonna come down to I'm a popular store, so people are opening my listings just on loop, right? Like,
Oh,
They see it, they
yeah,
click.
yeah, and then you automatically get charged for it.
yep, yep. But at the same time, people love to focus on the negatives. And while it's true that they didn't used to charge you
Yeah.
if someone just clicked on it, and they
Yeah.
would only charge you if someone sold,
Yeah.
I would still say it's not that bad because it probably lowered the promoted pool of like people that do it. So there's less competition for one.
Mm.
And for two, it kind of just factors in that you're gonna make the sale anyway. And getting clicks on the listing boosts it in the algorithm much more. So even if people click on my listings and it doesn't sell, they're still helping me a lot.
Mm. Mm.
Like anybody that clicks on my stuff is benefiting me greatly. Even if they don't buy. If you buy nothing, you can just click on it and I'll make you know, it'll go higher in the algorithm. It'll get more eyes on it. It'll sell quicker. Like most of my stuff that is stagnant and doesn't sell, it has 0 listing views,
Right,
which
right.
is like normally the indicator of like death of like, well, time to relist it or change something or
Right,
you know,
right,
whatever.
right.
But almost everything that even gets 1 view for bulk, it'll end up selling.
Right, right. So
Because then it's so much higher than everyone else's at 0.
it's weird. Okay, so my organic is 789 items sold. My promoted is 291. So it's literally like a 70-30 for
Well,
me.
now hold on. When you're doing that, that is how many sold through promoted.
Right.
That means the buyer clicked on a promoted ad. You probably paid the promoted fee on much more than
How do you
that.
see
Here,
that?
so what you can do, go to your performance and then sales tab,
Let me show this on
and
stream so
then
people can see. Let's go to performance and then what? Sales?
sales, and then
Yeah.
you just do like your last 31 days or whatever it is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, sorry, the stream's a little delayed, so I'm catching
You're
up.
good, you're
But
good.
basically, scroll down until you see selling cost.
Selling, buyer insights, sales by
There it
category.
is. So,
selling
you're at
cost. Okay,
1280
yeah,
selling. So click that little arrow next to eBay fees on the breakdown.
yeah.
And then do you see where it says ad fees?
5%.
That's 5% of your selling cost, but $66
Yeah.
is what you paid.
Yeah.
So then basically divide your rate, right? So you're at what percentage?
3.1%.
Okay, so
66,
divide that
26.
divide that by the 3.1%. So $2,130 of your sales were promoted.
Say that again?
2,130 of your, so divide it by 0.031, which is your ad rate. That's how you get the gross number that it was calculated off of.
And that
right?
is,
And then,
okay. And that you divided by your total sales.
yeah.
So it's less than half
So,
still.
Yeah, it's less than half, but it's like my number doing that is 91%.
That's insane. Mine's 44% basically.
Yeah. So what that means is like whatever percent of your sales that other screen says, it's great, but what you really need to know is 44% of your sales you're paying that additional fee on right now. That's how you can figure that out.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, I never really thought about it that way. Give me
Someone
1
in the
second, my
chat
sister's
says,
calling.
or
You can keep
86%
chat occupied for me.
Oh, let's read some comments, if there's any. Can't promote. We're gonna find out what show was so bad after chat. No.
Dude, I was looking at my OBS. I'm like, how did he hear that? And I forgot I didn't mute my Discord. House of Dragons. House of Dragons. The new season came out. I guess my sister said I need to watch it. I fucking hate that show. So don't get me started with that show.
I'm not into like any of the more like slop TV except like I got suckered into Love Island by a friend. And like we watch it, she's like all over it. She's like, no, you don't get it. We make fun of them. It's fun to watch. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah,
Fair.
yeah, slop TV. No, House of Dragons is like Game of Thrones. It's like the prequel.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is one of the best shows ever until like season 7. Then you just make up your own storyline after that. Did you answer what Bronze God said?
I don't. Point where if everyone promotes, it defeats the purpose. I mean, yes and no, but at that point, we're all just willingly giving eBay money. But what I can say is it's kind of like just pay to compete at that point, right? Because then if you're the one person that doesn't promote, you're just screwed.
Yep.
So it's better to be selected sometimes, even if less often than never.
This is how eBay has literally raised their fees without raising their fees. And you can bitch about it, you can moan about it, you can complain about it, but it's just the way of life. It sucks. And the way that the new change is only good for eBay. No one benefits from that change. No one. It literally only helps eBay. But that's the world we live in. It's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
Well,
just gotta get big enough and get a deal with eBay, and then you get lower fees.
Yeah, so you tell me this. How big do I need to get till they start talking to me about that? Like, how big does somebody realistically need to get before they start talking about lowered fees? And what's your fee? No, I'm just kidding.
I actually can't say.
No, I know
signed
you
an
can't.
NDA. So, but I don't know the exact dollar amount. You can look it up. There's plenty of public information on like Reddit and stuff about it.
Okay.
I will say that much if you're really interested. I would say probably around the 7-figure mark.
That's it? Okay,
You could have a chance. But yeah, it's a great deal. I can say this. When you sign that deal, it's an exclusive deal.
Right.
I am bound to only sell on eBay. Yep. I cannot have my own platform. I cannot sell elsewhere. I believe I'm still allowed to do consignment through eBay through like other people. So like if I want to do like ZNG or DC, whatever, like I can do that still. But I cannot sell off of eBay is basically my deal at this point. But I don't think I'd ever want to sell off eBay, to be honest, with my current, how everything's going. And so I think it got me. I will say I feel a little bit like a fraud doing it because the intent behind eBay doing this is I think they worry that, like, you know, when you get to like the 7-figure mark or you're like a big business, they're gonna like, they're worried that they're like, oh, you're big, you don't need us anymore. You're gonna go off platform. We're gonna lose all our revenue. Whereas like, I sell Pokemon cards that have like gone up 500% in the last like year. So it's like, where else am I really gonna go? Like, but don't tell them that. Like,
I wasn't going anywhere, but thanks for the deal.
Yeah.
You have all the bargaining power, but
I don't know how to tell them that, like, I don't really have a huge social media presence. So, like, starting my own website or anything would not even convert 1/10 of the sales that I'm doing on it. So
what? This is a good point. Elliot asked. He didn't answer this, Elliot. What was Ryan's timeline for scaling his store? Time to hit. How quickly? You said how quickly you hit 5-figure. Or no, you didn't. You said 4 figures, $5,000 in your first month. How quickly can someone go? Obviously, depending on where they start. Okay, let's use me as an example. I'm at, what did we do last month?
Pull
$5 grand,
for
basically.
This. I can go back.
$5 grand. Going from $5 grand in sales per month, how quickly could I get to 6 figures in sales if I'm reinvesting everything?
It's hard to say. It's entirely dependent on margin. And I will also say, like, when you're smaller and the dollars are less, hitting one big win can be huge, right? Like, it's much easier to double, triple, quadruple your money at the start than later on.
Right.
Like, you know, I like that card I just sent to, like, CGC. I paid $30 for it. It's going to be, like, 4K in a 10. If you were a new business, that's huge.
Right.
Like, that's massive.
Right.
Like, $4,000 cash injection in your first couple months is like, you just like doubled your timeline on how fast you'll get to the next point. But for me, like, if I want to double my money, I'd have to buy a Pikachu Illustrator and get like a CGC like 10.
Yeah.
So part of it is how aggressive you want to be also comes into it. You know, like risk tolerance. Like again, I took out debt at the start. I had a $5,000 collection at the start. Like my first here, I have it. I literally have it. I keep all my tax information in the same spreadsheet and I just like roll the year forward, but I can literally see my first year on eBay in 2022, I did $46,000 in sales. That was my like gross. That was okay. I'm sorry,
when did you
not
start the
sales.
year?
That's not my sales, that's the net sales. So like the blue number, like
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
take
what you
home
get,
basically like
yeah,
after fees and
after fees and
shipping and all
shipping.
that.
Yep, yep.
I took home 46,000 before cost of cards, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I started selling in March. So that was
Okay, so
9
almost a
months
full
of
year.
the
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it ramped up. Like March was only 1,800 of net, and
Yeah,
then it went up to like 8. December was 10. My first December was like 10K net.
yeah. That seems reasonable. I mean, I hope
And
to be
then
at the 10K mark by
and
December.
then for the next year, so that was 2022, 2023, my net went up to 138,000.
Hmm.
Then in 2026, my net went up to, I'm sorry, not 2026,
2025.
2024, my net went up to 482,000.
Hmm.
So I basically tripled that year
Hmm.
in 2024.
And that was relatively a slower market.
Yeah, I would say, but it was also an easy to buy market
Yeah.
because of it.
Yeah. Yep.
And then like the amount of stuff that I sat on from it that like propelled later on in the year, like I did so much buying in like January and February that just kind of exploded later on in that year. So everything just was so high. Like the
Mm-hmm.
collection buying is so high in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another thing that's not talked about why it's so easy to buy cards in Japan. If you're in the US at least, or even like Canada, well, maybe not Canada. In the US, our currency is so much stronger than Japan right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started buying cards from Japan in like 2022, 2023-ish, 100 yen was $1. Like that was the margin that was
Right.
ingrained in my
Right.
head when I
Right.
converted prices.
Yeah.
Today, 100 yen is 62
Yep.
cents
Yep. Yep.
USD.
Yep. They're. I mean, they've always had a struggling. Uh, the yen's always struggled. Obviously, it's struggling even more now. They've dealt with
Yeah.
deflation. Are they still dealing with deflation? They dealt with deflation for like
I think
50
so.
years or something crazy like
Yeah.
that. Like,
So it's also harder. Like people sell their collection so much more willingly and probably for less in Japan because
mm,
I'm paying $2,000, $3,000 in Japan. That's like more than the monthly average wage.
right, right.
So that's a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
Like it's much harder to be a collector in Japan to justify the prices that like the West has dictated.
Right. Yeah. Fascinating. Now it's funny. Yeah. I've been putting on the Pokemon store has been kind of like the main store. I said the Pokemon store as if there's not more than anything. Is on been on hold because of learning this whole Sword Swift thing and trying to figure out all that process. And it's just been like go 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 on the other side. And now just like talking to you, I'm like, damn, I can't wait to get back onto the Pokemon store. I still think I'm going to be switching everything over eventually to Sword Swift on the Pokemon side. I haven't fully decided that, and I'm doing like I want to answer the question of is duplicate listings hurting or helping your store myself.
Yeah.
Like I want to figure out the answer
Yeah.
myself before like deciding. So luckily I have this second eBay store that's kind of like this like testing ground that I can use. It's just unfortunate because it's not a true like one-to-one. I don't have the kind of reviews on that store, it's just
Yeah.
not quite up
Yeah.
there. So there's obviously that. And then also, not nearly as much listed as well. But I'm excited to see some results because I have the same feeling as you when it comes to duplicate listings. I've always said I feel like duplicate listings don't hurt you, or what I've recently, in my mind, have thought is like duplicate listings don't hurt you on the Pokemon side. Magic's a different. On the Pokemon side, duplicates don't hurt you, but there's a chance that combining duplicates can help you. That's the way I kind of see it. So I'm curious if that's true.
You can literally see what eBay does with duplicate listings sometimes, like even on higher end cards. Like I see it, and it's just kind of how it works. But if you have a card with like that you have duplicate listings for, all I do, like I test the eBay algorithm myself. Just open an incognito browser
Mm-hmm.
or get a VPN,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you think, to the level that you think you're not being tracked by
Right, right,
someone,
right.
and move countries, and and then just look up the card that you have duplicates of and see what a buyer would see.
Right.
Like, I can tell you how it works a lot of the time. Like, I know if I have like 5 cards listed, my listing will be there, but only one of my
Right,
listings
right,
will be there.
right, right.
Which, in my opinion, is just as good.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter. Because, like I said, I want to get more people on my store in general. So they'll click me. Maybe if they want to know if I have more copies, they'll click onto my store, and then they'll see that I do. I don't think eBay is like TCG Player, in the fact that the only thing I could even see justifiably having a multi-quantity listing on in Pokemon is like an English playable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But outside of like an English playable, I don't think eBay is the type of place like TCG Player where if you have like, just because you have 4 bulk
Yep, yep,
spindas
yep.
listed from Scarlet Violet,
yep.
even if it helps it sell, I still think you're probably only getting like a sale of 1. I doubt people are buying 4 of that quantity.
And there is that happening. Like I do know of
Yeah.
stores that are selling cards like that have their duplicate listings added together, and they are selling like 5 of one card. But because people always like when we have this conversation, people will show me a screenshot of someone selling 5 Dunsparce, and I'm like, okay, but how often is that happening? Like how many times am I missing out on that sale? Probably. I can't imagine very often, but I don't know. I've never done it. That's why I'm gonna test it myself.
Time did they devote to getting their eBay set up with that system or maintaining it or having it work versus how many extra cards did I list over them that I've made more sales off of anyway?
Yeah.
Because like we've gotten all the YouTube space and every card space that's blown up recently, like the seller side, I feel like there's this like intense focus on over optimization, and it's like every day some new small critters like, I blew up my store, let's restart, let's do this, and I'm just like shaking my head every time. I'm like, just stick with something at least. At this point, doing, even if you think it's the less efficient thing, just listing and just having the cards even available to be bought is infinitely higher EV than spending all your time worrying about how I can get an extra 3% conversion rate on this bulk that I already have listed. Like, I'm not even thinking about a lot of stuff like that when I list bulk anymore. Like, when I list bulk, it's like, I listed for like 2 hours last night. I listed like 600 like Japanese older bulk cards, but still, it's like, some of them maybe I could have priced up or down $1, but to me, ultimately, it's like, I don't care. I'd rather spend those minutes just listing another batch. I have infinite amounts of bulk. Right. You have infinite amounts of bulk in the world. There is no shortage. Just list it, set it, forget it, and just, if nothing is selling or your sales are horrific and you have over 20,000 items listed, that's fine. I had a guy reach out to me who is an absolute grinder, by the way. Let me see. I have his Discord. I'm giving him a shout out. Actually, his name, Angus. Angus, if you're watching. Guy asked me to review his eBay store. He said he started in March. He has 56,000 listings.
Jesus Christ. Is he using Card Uploader?
Started in March. Yep, using Card Uploader.
That's wild.
And I, like, you know, those are the people that are gonna like make it in this space. Like, you know, I gave him the advice he was looking for and what I could, but that is,
was it bulk? Was it all bulk?
Yeah, it's all bulk. I think it's like, well, I think he's got a little small collection mix in there, and he's got some older bulk. Like, I think he's got like some Sun and Moon. In there.
Yeah.
Like a bit of it.
But, so most of it's modern bulk.
Yeah, it's mainly modern, but like, you know, putting out those numbers, like, hey, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's successful. He's going to do very well. And
so I'm curious, did you see his sales numbers? What is a 50,000 mostly modern store doing?
Here, let me, you know what, I can pull it up. So I will say he has a huge disadvantage he is in Canada.
Oh, rip.
So even while in Canada, I mean, I can just go to his eBay store and like I don't know if you ever do this. Like
Yeah, you
I
showed me this.
obsessively
Yeah.
stalk
Yeah.
eBay. Like
Yeah.
you go like sold items. You can see
Yeah.
he sold 3,800 items in the last 90 days. So basically, since he started.
Let me see what I'm at. 3,800 items in the last. Let's
90 days. Yeah.
Because I was always curious how well Modern sells. What's 90 days?
Yeah.
April, February, I guess February? February 24th. Let's just say that.
Here, you know what? I'll send you the link. That's the link to like the 90-day sold for his store.
I'm at 3,600. What do you say he's at?
38.
Yeah. So I've got.
And he
a little
started in
less than
March.
half. Yeah, he started in March. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I guess I'd have to compare it to March, realistically.
I'd also like to say, I'm looking at his old listings now, and like he's got a lot of older listings that like these are not scanned images; they are phone images.
Oh wow, Jesus, that is.
So
a
I mean,
right there.
he definitely has a scanner now, but like
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, like is he listing everything or 25? He's listing everything, man. Like he's got endless amounts of modern, just everything that you could probably imagine up for sale.
Is he duplicate listings or no?
Yep, he's duplicate listing it.
Well, the problem is especially with modern. I mean, he's gonna hit that 60,000, and he's gonna have to pay $200 a month, and then he's gonna hit 100,000, and then he's gonna have to list. I mean, like you hit when you don't combine duplicates. This is one of the big.
Yeah.
It's really hard to scale into very large numbers because you're gonna hit a limit with eBay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like.
I mean, it's a problem you can solve when you get there, obviously, but
yeah, in my opinion, it's a problem that will solve itself because his store is still pretty new. He's done a lot of volume in a very little time. When he's gonna start getting like he's basically at the 60K mark.
Yeah,
I would even say for him, the $200 a month is gonna start to feel pretty negligible.
Oh yeah,
with the amount of sales he's doing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So going to 100K isn't gonna be a problem. And then I'll also say, as one guy, if you're doing it even part-time or full-time, when you have 100,000 cards listed, the amount of stuff that will sell a day where you will be packing, there becomes a point where you can't even list more unless you start hiring people.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't need to worry about, oh, how will I get to 300,000 listings? Think about that if you're like a store.
Yeah.
If you have like if you have like 8 employees picking and packing and listing for you, then sure, we can talk about how maybe there's a better optimal way to do this bulk thing, but if you're one person, I promise you, if you think you're going to hit a ceiling, go for it then. Because you're going to hit a time ceiling before you hit an eBay ceiling.
Yeah, that's fair.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And that's what I did, you know? Like my store, I still only have like 32,000 items. I think I'm actually down like 1,000 from like a couple months ago. But my inventory value's up. I'm just listing higher value things. But I used to have like, I think my peak was like 38K of bulk. But I mean, it was just selling so much that I was like, do I really want to list more and just like pack more? Like, I'd rather roll this into collections. I'd rather spend the hours shopping and conditioning and grading and all these higher EV things than bulk.
Yeah.
Like bulk is a great foundation and a great way to start because it's so cheap, but it is by no means the most profitable thing to do in terms of like returning dollars and not percentages.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there's more ways to scale bulk that I'm starting to think outside the box with that's not just like list more on eBay. Like don't get me wrong, like that's going to be part of the strategy, but I do plan on scaling bulk in ways that like the other big guys, like you've talked about the ceiling of bulk being your number is $200 per thousand or $200 per hour. I think again we have a different
Give or take
mindset of what bulk looks like. I don't think English bulk you're getting $200 an hour.
No.
So when people hear that, they think modern English that they're picking up locally can sell and make you $200 an hour, but I still think you can make a lot. Like I genuinely have done the math before. You can make $50, $60 an hour easy with bulk, just pure bulk that you can pick up locally that I have done.
I think my English rate is still over 100, honestly. Because, I mean, it also is just how efficient you're listing. Like, I list When I do English Modern bulk, I am listing 800 to 1,000 cards in 1 hour.
Let me tell you, I want to plug this, and I'm still learning Sort Swift. Yesterday, I didn't realize, and I'm still learning, so I'm not going to say exact numbers, but I didn't realize how much faster and efficient you can be when you're going through scans on Sort Swift. I conditioned, scanned, and listed 1,400 cards in an hour on Sort Swift.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, card uploader, you don't realize how inefficient it is until you start to use something that's just a tad more efficient, and then you realize how important that tad. Micah, the owner, obviously he's got reason to exaggerate, so you believe what you want to believe, said you could do 2,000 an hour. I believe that. I don't think you can do that with conditioning and scanning, but if the scans are in, boom, going, like, I guarantee you can go through 2,000 an hour with how quickly you can just, like, spam through it. But I still think card uploader is incredibly efficient as well. I don't doubt the 800 card number at all.
I think card uploader is still up there for that same number. I mean, for me, at least recently, like, my English batches are, like, damn near 100% accurate. Like, I don't even bother changing the cards. And then I floor price everything at $1.99. I don't even look at it. It's literally like, there's no work being done on my part. It's upload, wait for the images to upload, list. Like, that's it. That's all I'm doing. I definitely condition a lot harsher. So, like, I take longer on conditioning, and I just know I do.
Yeah.
So, like, my rate is just low because no matter what I use, it's going to be low. Because I'm much more meticulous on, like, feedback and buyer experience.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it goes with my brand. Like, that's what I really want. Like, I really, really try to brand myself as, like, the more premium option for buying cards, I guess, is, like, the niche that I'm trying to get myself into.
Right.
Of, you know, this is going to be really good condition, you know, you get what you see 100% of the time.
No, I agree. I think that's what's appealing about eBay. When we talk about bulk, that's just not possible on a different platform, and that's why it's so appealing to sell on eBay. Is like, you're not hitting $100 an hour. You're not even hitting $50 an hour on TCG Player selling bulk. Unless you have machines helping you tremendously. And that's what was really appealing to me when I went to the eBay side, was like, every card that sells, at worst, I'm getting 50 cents after shipping, fees, and everything. And that doesn't matter what sells. In reality, and that's after my shipping costs too. Like, that's after paying for the envelope and the card saver, there it is. So everything in, it's 50 cents. Whereas, like, you sell a card for $0.25 on TCG Player, you're getting 10 cents.
Yeah. Somewhere right now, there are, like, probably over 100 poor souls zippering cards into their TCG Player inventory.
Yeah, which, to be fair, there is tools like Card Uploader. You can upload on TCG Player, and you can have Chaos Sort. So that is a big benefit. That is a big benefit.
The fact that TCG Player does not innately support SKUs for people that even want to use them it's unbelievable. Like, that was the main reason I left also at the start, because, like, sorting my inventory was, like, the death of me.
Yeah.
I was like, this is awful.
No, TCG Player is not a bad platform, and there is plenty of money to be made on TCG Player. We're specifically talking about selling bulk on TCG Player for the individual seller. We are very specifically segmenting that. Let me make sure that's clear, because I don't want people to misquote that and say, like, Phantom is trashing TCG Player, or Ryan's an idiot because he doesn't see my numbers. Like, you can make money. There's money to be made. It's very good profit margins. But and it's all about volume at that point. Like, TCG Player is about volume. eBay's about getting cards on there and then trying to get bigger sales. But anyway, so I want to make sure.
I just recommend eBay to single sellers, not people with employees or a business, because with both of them, you're going to hit a time ceiling at some point. But with eBay, that time ceiling generates just objectively more money than the TCG Player bulk ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're on direct, even if you're doing everything, if you are maximizing every hour of your day to sell on TCG Player and you have nonstop sales, if you get to the same point on eBay, the cards are just worth more on eBay.
Yeah. And yeah, obviously things don't sell on TCG Player or sell on eBay that they do on TCG Player. Like playables, you're right. Like modern playables are gonna sell better on TCG Player, but the best playable in Pokemon right now is $2, Hilda, and then the next best I think is PokePad at like 40 cents. So like, I sell my bulk for $2, and it doesn't matter what that is. So like, the best card you can sell on, don't get me wrong, like realistically you could probably sell on both platforms, do all your playables on TCG Player, and then everything if you want to get maximum value out of your bulk, but you don't have to. And to the point where I'm not even really pulling playables at this point, but definitely doable. Yeah, Slowpoke and Dunsparce, those are two as well, but I don't know how high those are. It literally, there's like 10 cards over a quarter right now in Pokemon, and that's usually what it is. 10 to 15 maybe, and it's a different game. Well, man, I won't keep you.
Playables,
What's that?
They're a bit higher on eBay anyway. Even the playables are normally a bit higher on eBay anyway, at least in my experience. Like some of the bulked Vs and stuff, like when the Lugia V from like Silver Tempest was playable, I think that was like a $15 card on TCG Player, but it went for like 20, 25 on eBay.
Oh, you're talking about like less bulk, more of like
Well, yeah, still like bulk, or even like the Earthen Vessels were like $6 on eBay and $3 on TCG.
Right. Able to answer mine real fast. Jet said. So we answered the employees one, so you have to go back for that. But basically, he's waiting until he moves. So that's a good point. Your buy 3 get 15%. Where's your price threshold for that? Is there a price?
It's on every single card. It's on every card, and there's a max $100 discount. So
yours is better than mine. I think mine is max $20. But
I don't mind moving like more expensive stuff because I price kind of high anyway. So if I give like. Honestly, like the math is I save most of the money on shipping anyway. Like the math is if I sell 3 $80 cards at 15% off, right? I just gave a $36 discount to them for that. But if those cards all sold individually, it's about $6 now USPS. Bubble mailer. So I saved 12 on the shipping alone. So I really only give a $24 discount, which is a 10%. So it's like, who cares?
Yeah. I don't have a limit on mine either, but I have a same thing. I do it on all my cards, but I have a maximum. This is a good point. Chico asked, and this is actually something that let's go over it. He said you're matching TCG Player prices. How much more are you making compared to eBay outside of bulk? Like when you're talking your normal $50 card.
A lot. It does depend on the card. It also depends on like, I price stuff a little differently because I'm a bigger store. So like, I can get away with it in a way where like I'm a lot more trusted than some zero feedback guy selling his card on his kitchen counter.
Right.
But I don't know. People send me TCG Player comps sometimes and like try to negotiate, and I'm like, this is just not TCG Player.
Give me 1 second. Someone's knocking at my door. What the fuck? Kevin.
Like, I don't know. Like, if I look up... Man, can I even find it? Looks like Charizard EX from like 151 on TCG Player going for anymore.
It's 9:45 at night, man. Go home.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. I'm just supposed to inform you guys about us coming out to the neighborhood.
Brother, you don't need to be selling something at 9:45. Goodbye. Jesus fucking Christ. What the hell? Oh, I forgot my headset.
It's got a market of like...
Oh my god. It's just dog shit. Soliciting at 9:45 at night is wild.
So the Charizard is like a market of like $4.19 on TCG Player, but like, I think I sell mine on eBay for like 500 English-ish is what I've gotten for them recently.
I can't believe I just had a solicitor come to my house at 9:45. Sorry, guys. Should have muted my mic. You guys got to hear me yell at a solicitor. I don't normally do that. I'm usually very nice to them, but that's wild. 9:45 at night is criminal. Always be knocking. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway.
Oh my god.
That's criminal. Holy shit, and the iPad and everything. He's like, I'm just in the neighborhood. Brother, what is going wrong with you? Anyway, what were you were just talking. I didn't have my headset on.
Oh, you're all good. I just price comped a card for fun. I was just like, Charizard EX from 151.
Yeah.
Like, TCG Player market is like $4.19. I'd probably sell it on eBay for 480 right now, looking at solds and stuff. So I guess that's the spread or the difference.
Okay, I was thinking you meant the 151EX, like the normal one. I was like, oh, 419.
No.
I'm thinking like, then 480. Wait, you only sell 60 cents more? That's not that much. I can sell it for 8. Yes,
No,
yeah, 100%.
like if I were to look at like here, I can look at the cheaper one to see just like what I'd price it at. Let's see the difference on like a bulk EX like that. So it's 1050 market price
Mm-hmm.
on TCG Player. Let me look at the souls real fast. Like if I had one right now, I would be listing this thing on eBay for about. I would list it at about $12.99 to like $13.49.
For the Charizard?
So that's like, yeah, so that's like about a $3 increase or like a 30% increase
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, obviously, it depends on the card.
yeah.
Like, realistically, when I price stuff, I've never looked at a TCG Player comp in the last like 2 years. I just look at eBay solds and eBay listed, and I find the happy medium for like stores of my size in that, and I go off that.
So, it's funny you say that. I have a Charizard, Gengar, at least those two. Charizard, Gengar tax is like you can sell that shit for double and it will sell. I cannot keep Gengars and Charizard stocked no matter what they are. Like I can just, now I'm dealing in the lower end, you know. But if I had a Charizard EX from 151, like the base one that you said is $10, I could charge $18 and it would sell. Like it's just stupid how much you can get Charizards and Gengars to sell for.
Gengar for sure. Ironically, like Charizard has always been a good seller, but like it's not the real like one for me that moves no matter what card is what price is Pikachu. Pikachu.
Oh yeah,
goes.
Pikachu's a tax. Yeah, Pikachu, Snorlax, and Gengar.
Pikachu has the highest tax out of all the cards right now. I would argue, even over stuff like Umbreon. I think Pikachu is my highest sell-through Pokemon right now by a lot.
Oh yeah.
If I were to look,
I think mine was.
Guess.
I think I looked it up the other day. Gengar was 2. Pikachu was number 1 by like. It was like I don't even know, like 80 Pikachu cards or. It was. I did it by order, so if it had like a Pikachu in it, it would be. I had like 80 orders with Pikachu's in it, and then like I had like 45 orders with Gengars in it, and then the next one was Snorlax. I think those were like my top 3 sellers.
The more recent trend of like what you can like really overcharge for is swirls, like especially if you do collections and do like vintage swirls.
Yeah.
I'm like I just kind of perpetually just raised it to see like. What are people willing to pay? Mm-hmm. I'm currently at a point where on any vintage card, if I have a swirl, I'm adding 50%. Market price.
Oh yeah.
And it just goes every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, swirls. Like, there's a big swirl tax for sure.
People are selling moderately played copies of like base set hollows with swirls for more than near mint ones.
Oh yeah, them. I believe it. Yeah. Yep. Well, man, I appreciate you talking to me. It's always a great time. Always enjoy having conversations with you. We could talk about it for 6 hours, but I won't keep you. And if we keep talking, I won't fall asleep. My brain will keep going forever. But thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yep. Later.
See you later.
Check out his eBay store. Let's not leak our DMs. Check out Ryan's eBay store. I'll have it linked in the description for the VOD for this. And then definitely check out his YouTube channel, which I'll have linked in there as well. Well, thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. Sorry for you guys having to experience me yelling at a solicitor. I've literally never been that mean, ever. And I feel bad, and I still feel bad. But it's 9:45 at night, so I hope you guys understand why I would yell at somebody like that. That's like... Someone knocking at my door at 9:45, I'm instantly on the defensive. Like, I immediately open that door being like, what am I about to see? I had Kevin by the hand and was, like, ready to let go. Because I was like, I don't know what I'm about to see. I'm going to let go. Like, no one knocks at my door at 9:45. That's crazy. That's crazy. Your Excel template to Discord. The problem is my Excel template, people have asked me a lot for that. It's very specific to what I've done, and it's nothing special. I'll show you real quick. I promise you it's nothing special. It is literally just equals sum. That's it. That's literally all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything crazy, anything special. I will show you exactly how I have it set up. I don't even need to send you the spreadsheet. That's the wrong thing. That is... Okay. Here are my amount of orders. I don't do anything other than just plug it in. Here's the date. Don't do anything other than plug it in. Daily amount. Don't do anything. Just plug it in. All I'm doing is I'm taking the sum of this number. So I plug in if I spend money. Ooh, what did I just do? If I spend money on inventory, I just plug it in here, and then I sum it all together, and then I also sum all the expenses. So I just like duplicate, like if I have here and here, I just put it here. So I spent $160 on inventory, and then I just make sure to add it to my expenses. Every number here, same thing here, 109.13, 109.13. All it is a sum. All this is a sum. Actually, it's not because I'm jank. So it should be a sum of this, but it's not. And then all this is just a sum of the expenses. And then you just go, same thing. Sum of the total sales, it's literally just daily amount. Like, that's it. That's it. Like, just sum of that. And then that's just me plugging in the numbers manually. And then I just take, you don't even have to do this, but I just, since I have affiliate in YouTube, I take all 3 of these and then subtract it from this. And that's it. Like, I promise you I'm not doing anything crazy. There's nothing to share because there's nothing I'm literally doing sum equals plus and minus. That's it. That's it. I don't do any formulas. I don't do anything crazy. I don't do any percentages. It's literally just that. So I hope that helps, but I don't do anything crazy. That's how I. You said you called him brother. I can download CSV for each SV bulk cards to upload with stock photos. You know where I can download CSV for each to upload with stock? I do not know, Eddie. I'm sorry. Man, it's still running. All right, yes, you're right. I got to go. Holy cow, it's 9:55, and I am not going to sleep tonight. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you being here. We will have this video live for you guys to see, obviously, right after if you guys want to watch the VOD, but you can also wait. I'll be uploading it on Sunday, but I'll catch you later.